You are now listening to the Sae Bae Cast, the #1 old school RuneScape podcast featuring guests from all across Gielinor. To support this podcast, visit the Patreon link in the description.
All right, welcome to the Sae Bae Cast number 85 with itswill. Will, how are you doing this fine afternoon?
Doing great, man. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
Yeah, good to hear.
I'm really excited to talk. It's been, I don't know. It's been, I feel like I've always wanted you to be on the Sae Bae Cast, but like, you know, you kind of got to like build up the foundations of a podcast before you get like the giants on. So I figured that we got to get Bodie on before we get, you know, itswill on now. No,
yeah,
but
exactly. You got to work your way up. You know what I mean? Thank you.
So,
goodness.
No, I'm very, very excited to talk, and I know a lot of people have been waiting for the quote unquote crossover. Anyway, so there are bound to be a few people listening that don't know who you are, although very few. So if you guys just want to briefly introduce yourself, who you are.
Listen, I wouldn't sell yourself short like that. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of people that watch you that definitely have no idea who I am. 100%. I would guarantee it.
We'll see.
I'm Will. I pet hunt and stream variety, I guess. Those are my two things. And yeah, I just make YouTube videos, I guess, as well.
And how long have you been doing it?
Oh God, probably 4 years. Yeah, about 4 years now. It's 2022, so I started in 2018.
Jesus.
That's nuts.
So I want to kind of go into the story of itswill, how it all kind of began, because I do remember, because I started streaming 3.5 years ago, and you were definitely like one of the up and comers, you know, like back then. And I remember you pre-partner, and then you got partnered, and then like, you know, you just quit your fucking job. I don't know what, you can go into that if you want, like, you know, how you just, you probably had a great quitting story, right? You had to have.
I mean, I like to tell people that I quit because, you know, it sounds good, right? You know, it sounds awesome when you're like, yeah, I got partnered, and I was like that. Yeah. Then I was like, I can do this full time. I'm going to quit my job. Well, I mean, in reality, you know, that last 6 months of working, I was a social media manager. I lived in LA, and I was doing social media for a company that, well, I'm not going to say the name, but, you know, some people, the real ones know. I don't want people like, you know, saying anything to them on like Indeed or something, you know, I don't know. So I just don't say anymore. But
that's good.
They, you know, the last like 6 months I worked there, I basically was just like had a bunch of stuff like scheduled, because it was mostly just like when you're a social media manager, it's like, oh, it's National Pancake Day. Like, what are you guys up to? And you just like post about that, right? So I just like scheduled like months of like tweets and Instagram posts, and I would honestly just like show up to work, like watch a little Twitch, you know, get a coffee, and then just like go have lunch. And then just snack most of the day. I would just spend like snacking and watching Twitch, and then I would go home and like, you know, work 8 hours, Twitch. Stream. Pretty much, I would go home and stream. I would get home, like I'd have to sit in like an hour of traffic, but yeah, I would basically like work 9 to 5 and then stream 7 to 11, and that was like my life for probably the first like year of streaming. But yeah, they eventually they caught on, and they pretty much were just like, yeah, we can't really afford to have you here because they kind of realized that like it doesn't take an entire person to do that job.
Just half a person.
Yeah, pretty much.
Damn. So yeah, how was that leap of faith? I mean, a lot of people, at least that I've had on the cast, have gone full-time streaming, and it is pretty risky, especially if you did have a job. Now, I'm not saying, you know, your story's a little bit different because, you know, you just pretty much admitted you didn't quit, so you basically were just banking on streaming. But yeah, how was that like risk? Did you feel like it was pretty secure when you quit everything? Because you had already gotten partnered by that point, right? When you like just went full time.
Yeah, I think it was like a month or two after, maybe a month after I got partnered, I think. Okay. And, you know, being partnered, it's not like a life-changing thing that I think some people think it is. But yeah, you know, it's just kind of sitting there around 75 to 100 viewers. And I don't know. I was like, I guess if I stream more, I could probably like, because I don't know. At that point, I wasn't really like streaming every day. I don't think. I mean, maybe I was, but I just think that the main thing there is like being. What was the question?
It was basically just like, did you feel like it was gonna go somewhere? Like,
Oh yeah,
did you
the
feel like it
risk.
was risky, like too risky maybe, or were you
Yeah,
like
I'm
are
sorry.
pretty confident?
You got me thinking about the getting fired part. And I was just thinking about that. And I was like, what was the
A lot
question?
of
Yeah,
PTSD.
well, yeah, really just the trauma is back now. No, I mean, I think it was somewhat risky, but I had two roommates, so like my rent wasn't like super expensive.
Yeah.
I was like pretty much all of the money that I had made on Twitch in like a year of streaming, I just hadn't touched. So like it was
You
just
were
like all
chilling.
sitting. I basically just like had savings at that point because like my regular job was like sustaining my regular life, and then Twitch was just like this whole other thing. So any like money that I had made was just like, I had a few months of rent saved up, and I was like, yeah, let's give this a shot. And I don't know, honestly, I just feel like I was kind of in the right place at the right time. Like it was a good time where like I think people were maybe not as some streamers were kind of getting bored of the game, and I think people just kind of wanted something new, and I think it was a good time for me to just like go full time, start streaming more. And by more, I mean like a couple more hours a day.
Yeah. I mean, you're very, very consistent nowadays. Like you are live. What do you do? Take one day off a week?
Yeah, I'm on the one day off lifestyle, It's I don't know. I don't really think of it as like being that consistent. I think of like XQC when I think of consistent. Like that guy streams like
20 hours
every
a day.
day for like 12 hours. Like that's consistent to me. I'm like, I can do 5-6 hours every day and then take one day off. Like I think that's pretty reasonable.
When I think of like XQC, I'm just thinking of like just getting the bag, like you have this like crazy opportunity where, I mean, just be live and you're just making thousands. I mean,
I
without
guess
subs
so,
or
yeah.
anything,
I
you
mean, he doesn't even
just
have to
go.
do like, he doesn't worry about content, I don't think very much, but I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess I feel like it doesn't feel that way just because I really do enjoy like streaming, and I think maybe a lot of people say that, but I just if I'm not live, like I'm usually just thinking about it, anyway, and I have to like make myself not do that on my days off. I don't get on my computer at all, so I'm not like thinking about like Twitch or like YouTube or like I'm not looking at the category and being like, oh, what's going on? Like who's live? What's going on? I don't want to think
Yeah,
about.
That's good.
Because I don't know if it's just like controlling your entire life. I feel like it's just not. You're not going to enjoy it when you're actually live.
Yeah, absolutely. And overdoing it, I feel like having a good balance where like you do just take off a day, even though you might not need it. Just taking off that day is just like a breather.
Yeah, that's something I had to learn honestly. Because dude, I mean, for a while there, I think like 2019 to 2020, I was like taking maybe one day off a month. Like I was really just like grindstone. I guess that was like a big growth period though, so it was probably a good thing. But goddamn, should not do that.
When did you start YouTube? Was that like after you quit the job or after you got fired? We'll just say We'll just say you quit and it was epic.
We'll say after I went full time.
Okay. And how okay, listen, the reason I ask about the YouTube thing is because so many content creators that I've had on don't have a YouTube or like don't really take it seriously. And you did take it seriously. Like you upload very consistently and it's a bunch of different variety stuff and it's always just good stuff. It's just there.
First of all, thank you. I mean, honestly, I really do try to just think like, okay, like YouTube is just kind of, I don't know, it's something that people like have on as background music. Like at first when I started uploading, I was like, dude, I think the reason a lot of people don't take it seriously is because they're just like, dude, what is the point? Like, I'm not going to be like putting the effort in that like, settled Guns Chili, like people that make insanely good RuneScape content, like just ridiculous. The production quality's unreal. But I'm just kind of there like, okay, well, I mean, people do also watch YouTube just for like, background noise. And I'm just kind of like, I'll put some stuff up there just to be like, ha ha ha, funny, like not like a epic journey necessarily. or like an insane level of edits, just like, something that people can watch and kind of just be like, all right, this was funny, like thanks for the 10 minutes, and move on with their day. So I don't know, I think that was my mentality when I started YouTube. I think I started like probably 2020 if I had to guess, just because that was like the thing. I feel like that was just a logical next step. I think that obviously the YouTube audience is like astronomically bigger than the Twitch audience. So I feel like if you're a streamer and you're not uploading at all, then that's silly. I think that's silly. You should be at least like, doing something. I mean, I'm not saying like spend your whole spare time editing, but I just mean, maybe put up like one video a week, just grab your fucking top clips and put them together.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think that's the appropriate word, is just silly. Like if you truly are a full-time streamer, like just upload. It's not gonna hurt. It's just gonna do you good. I mean, I've noticed it. I literally just talk into my mic without a face cam. I mean, I'm literally just talking into my mic about RuneScape, and then I've had a lot of people come to my stream just from that. So it grows your stream as well. It's not just a side project that's completely irrelevant.
I do think it is very, I agree. Like I still have people coming in every day, like especially since I did like combat achievements. That's my first like actual, I guess you could call it like a series, rather than just like random shit. I don't know. That's maybe a step away from my normal content, but that's gotten a lot of new people being like, oh man, I'm really interested. And a lot of people mad at me because they come to my stream. They're like, what, you have the Zuck helmet already. What the fuck? Spoilers.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I'll kind of want to like take a little sidetrack over to RuneScape. So you did recently get a Zuck helmet. Very proud of you. That is actually a crazy accomplishment, especially, I mean, at least how I saw you years ago. I mean,
you can say it. It's okay.
You seemed pretty casual, even though like, okay, I'm talking casual in like PVM abilities. You obviously played a lot of RuneScape and you were a serious pet hunter, but I always considered you more of like, you're not gonna sweat, you're just gonna like play, just whatever. And so seeing you with a Zuck helmet and everything, Max Infernal, it's pretty cool to see how far you've come, like with your ability. I guess that kind of just naturally happens over thousands of hours of RuneScape. You just get better. But
I don't know, man. Like I feel like when I started streaming, I was like truly, honestly, like more of a skiller, and like I was just like going for max, and I only did PVM to like make money. Like I did like Zulrah and like Vorkath, and that was it. But like, I guess because like after I maxed, I was like, yeah, I kind of want to like try pet hunting just because like that seems fun. Like huge, massive influence was Jace, like pretty much when I started streaming. And so I was like, all right, like I'll try this out. Like it seems fun when he does it. And I was like, okay, I do enjoy this. Like this is nice, but I don't know, dude. Like thinking back, like I was I didn't even like use F keys when I started streaming.
Oh,
like
God.
I truly just clicked every tab. Like it wasn't until I didn't use F keys until I went for an Infernal Cape, straight up. Like
at least you admitted, like, okay, I should use F keys now. There are people that like double down on it and they're like, I'm not going to use F keys. They become that guy.
Like I just like was just like I don't know anyone that doesn't use them now. Honestly, I don't know anyone at all. But
the only people that don't use F keys, they've made it their personality to not use F keys. Like
I see. Okay, got it. It's one
There's
of those
very,
things.
very few out there, but yeah.
I just like really I don't know. I didn't. Well, I mean, I learned like mostly on when I was like doing Zulrah, I was on a fucking MacBook with like a trackpad. That was like way before I ever streamed. So like F keys weren't even possible, I don't think, on a fucking MacBook. Like, so I was just, I didn't know until like way later. But yeah, it is interesting to think like I really changed up on them. I don't know. I definitely am more serious about PVM, I guess. I wouldn't say serious, but it's just like, I don't know, I guess I'm just better at the game than I was. It's very weird, but it just happens.
You get like a little spike of confidence. At least my confidence came through my first Infernal Cape. At that point, I was like, oh, maybe RuneScape isn't as hard as I like think it is. It's literally at the end of the day, it's just clicking and just do stuff enough and practice enough that you'll learn things.
That was it, yeah. I think similar. I agree. Like when I did not think I would ever like even, I don't know, dude. Like I didn't even think I could like do a raid. Honestly, like I had an Infernal Cape before I even did like chambers and stuff. Like I was really just like very casual. Only did PVM for money. I just did Inferno for like the content because I thought it'd be fun, and like I finally could afford a twisted bow from like hours of fucking like Cerberus and shit, you know. And yeah, when I don't know, getting that, I was honestly like, okay, I can definitely like, I can be that guy. I got it.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the question. I want to kind of talk about Raids 3, but before I do, what's better? Chambers of Zarek or Theater of Blood? What's like better content?
Dude, honestly, like I feel like the like pea brain like noob take is saying Chambers, and then like the like
Giga Chad.
more experienced Giga Chad is Tob. But then if you're like even beyond that, once you're like Galaxy Brain level, then you realize actually Chambers is better.
Yeah, like CMs and stuff.
That's kind of how I see it. It's just like you go from Chambers to Tob, and then you realize you're like, okay, wait, this is actually like the best update they've ever made. Like this is incredible.
It's addicting.
Chambers, I really do think is like the best PVM content they've made, other than like Inferno. Obviously, like Inferno's just like perfect. But yeah, I don't know. I just think that Tob, it's good, but it's it's just like Tob. I don't know. It's not like it's not ever changing, and like I just feel like it's not at least like regular Chambers. Like it's just like for me the like ever changing, every raid is different aspect just makes it like incredible. Like I'm a real sucker for stuff like that.
Yeah. Nah, you're totally right. Especially for the time period. When did Chambers come out? 2017, I think.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Jesus
2017.
Christ, they had like no resources. It was like their first attempt at a raid, and Mod Kieran just dominated it.
That shit was awesome.
Yeah. I wonder do you think solos, like the solo method of Ulm, was intentional? Do you think Mod Kieran, like deep in the back of his mind, was like somebody's,
If that is the case, then I mean he's like a savant and probably one of the best game developers of all time. But I don't think that is the case at all. Yeah. I think it's just one of those beautiful accidents. It's like at Chambers, it's like Melee. It's like Super Smash Brothers Melee. It's like there's like all of these like weird niche exploits that they did not intend, and it just turned out to make like the perfect game. Like it's actually just like perfectly balanced, beautiful. Everything's good.
So is Melee still considered like the best Super Smash Bros? I mean, because I remember playing when Brawl first came out, like we were all obsessed with Brawl, and then Melee went in the trash, But I think everyone kind of realized, like Melee was actually the better game. I was just a kid at the time, so I didn't really understand anything.
Yeah, as a kid, I didn't really give a shit. I was like, oh, it's the new game. It has Wario in it. I want to play Brawl, But I think that, yeah, Melee is pretty accepted as like, from a competitive standpoint, it's the best. Like, I don't know. People play Ultimate because it's new, but like, I think it's more just popular amongst like kids and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think Melee is pretty widely accepted, yeah, as like the best one. It's just like, yeah, man, it's a perfect game. It really is. It's like crazy to be like so balanced after so many years.
I was just that noob that would use Kirby because my main pitfall in that game was just falling off the edge and dying, so I needed Kirby as a handicap, and like I just
you get all the jumps, then you suck them up and then walk off the edge, and just like they fall to their death.
Now I was like one of those boulder Andys that would just like constantly do the
you go up
down.
to the top, you float up to the top, and then you just do the down B.
Yeah, it's just basically that the whole time, the whole fight.
There's two types. I respect you for that. That's fantastic. Kirby is a beloved character because he was like made by the guy that made Smash Brothers was the guy that made Kirby. So he's like he purposefully makes him like the main character of every game, basically. Like all of the story modes of the Smash games, you like Kirby is the main character.
That's awesome. Yeah, Kirby's fucking goated. Okay, so Raids 3 is coming out. You're like totally prepped. You got your Zuck helmet right in time. Oh yeah, by the way, this is offhand. How many pets are you at right now?
I'm at 33, man. I'm just like hard stuck behind like fucking Volcano, and it's sad, man. I hate it.
Yeah,
I'm so over it.
You've had some nasty grinds. I guess we'll get into that after I ask this question. So what are you looking forward to from Raids 3, and are you excited for it?
I mean, I'm very excited for it. I did procrastinate a bit on finding a team, so I'm just kind of going with like people from my chat that I know and trust. I'm not going with any like other streamers, so
yeah,
it should be fun. I'm excited for like. I'm excited for it. I think it'll be a good time. I want to just use that staff, but I just know it's going to be like $2 billion, and I'm not going to want to spend that much.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll get one. Maybe I'll get lucky, and I'm probably going to be doing it for a long time. So I think if I do get one, I'd rather just hold on to it.
Yeah. I would honestly, I think it would probably be worth the investment to just fork out $2 or $3, however much it is, just to like get one, because that thing is like, it's a massive upgrade, and I'm pretty sure it's just going to dominate in the raid itself.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Is like even in the video, they were like, yeah, it's incredibly good, and it's incredibly good in the raid. So like. Yeah. Having that, just the potential money you can make long term with one is just fucking insane. But then the other thing is like if I get one like first day, I could just like sell it for like $10 or some shit, to some idiot, and then buy one in like 3 days for like $2.
Yeah, that would be if you got one like day one. Of course, I would sell it, but like a week or two later, just fucking keep it. Or
just fantasizing about the like getting a rare drop.
That treasure room, by the way, you've seen it, like that white and gold, like
dude, it reminds me of Destiny 1 if you ever played that. No, like at the end of the raids in that game, you would like it was just this room full of like gold and treasure, and it was awesome when you got a drop. It was so fucking sick. Good game.
I think they killed it with how it looks right now. Raids 1, holy fuck, that is just like such a pathetic looking chest.
I can't, dude.
When you think about it,
I like only ever did solos, and like recently I've been doing CMs, just like trios for Dust because I have the pet, and I did like 200 solo CMs. And I'm like, I'm just gonna do trios for like the faster and more casual, runs. But I can't even tell when my teammate gets something. Like it's happened like 3 times. Or like someone else gets something and I'm just like, white light. All right, let's get out of here. And then it's like, bro, I just got a twisted bow. Like, why are you not gratzing me? Like,
like 5 lines of text pop up in one tick, and just like
I'm not
the whole fucking
reading all that.
Yeah, there's just too much going on. Yeah, they kind of I think Raids 3 is going to be the most exciting. That like grayish gold chest with a purple outline is just gonna slap. I mean, I'll just stare at that all day. That'll be my dopamine for the day.
Excited.
What do you think about like hours, like for, I don't know, this is kind of a specific question, we don't really know, but are you okay with it being like a super massive grind like Chambers, or would you rather be a little bit more, I don't know, like fewer hours? I guess,
interesting. Do you mean like for the pet, or just like completing the whole thing?
Completing the whole thing, I guess. I feel like I mentioned this in a ramble of just I'm totally cool with pets being the rarest thing by far, by like double, because it's just a cosmetic.
I completely agree. Yeah, it doesn't matter for anything. But I'm also, I'm okay with. I don't know, man. I'm honestly kind of okay with it taking forever to complete the collection log as well, because it's just like I don't think it's intended for you to get every single item. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think that's the point of a raid, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, on Hob and Chambers, there's fucking useless items that are just like on there. And like just Chambers used to have even more. There used to be a dragon sword that you could get. Like, the fuck?
I'm glad I didn't play back then. That would have been so troll. Getting like dragon throne axes, 100 of them.
That would have been
that's it.
Depressing. Is that really, was that on there? I don't know if
it was 100 dragon throne axes, harpoon, and a sword.
Oh, the harpoon was. Yeah, I remember the harpoon and the sword. I didn't know there was thrown axes. I would cry.
And those are so bad. Like they're not even good. Like they're actual dog shit.
The knives are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sad as fuck. I didn't even realize it was on there. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I think it's fine to make it take forever. I mean, for the full collection logs, it's like, I don't know. You can't cater the game to like the 0.5% of players that are like, I'm going to complete the whole collection log. It's just like. Unfortunately, the reality is just like, you're going to go there, you're going to get a drop every now and then, and you get what you get. You don't throw a fit,
Yeah, that's a good point. I feel like I've been an Iron Man for way too long. I'm spoiled.
Yeah, dude, you're jaded. You don't get it. You're out of touch
jaded.
with the average player.
Oh yeah.
By the way, I used your Wildy Slayer guide while I was getting my Zuck Helm because I needed Slayer points. I've not had Slayer points since like 2020. It was great. Thanks, man.
You're welcome. That one actually popped off. That's my best video so far.
Uploaded. I do think it's your best video. Bro, I just got a fucking Volcano shard. Are you serious?
Let's fucking go.
Is that rare? I swear to God,
I haven't had one. I've done 1,000 Volcano, and I like was having crippling depression. Like, just
God fucking damn it, dude. I'm so done with this place. This place sucks, man.
There's no redeeming quality.
No, there's nothing. The one redeeming quality actually is when you kill the golem and then you pick up the Tephra right as the next phase starts. So you just start the next phase with 20 Tephra, and then
Oh,
there's like 25 group Iron Men on the world. Like, how is he doing that? Is he hacking? What the fuck?
I've never done that. That's actually five-head as shit. Do you have to be like
Yeah.
tick perfect on it? Like, how do you do
Yeah,
that?
yeah, you have to be tick perfect, and you have to get kind of lucky because you have to kill the golem like towards the end because it'll just
Yeah.
despawn eventually. You have to kill the golem like towards the end of when it's gonna fall.
Okay, that is one redeeming quality I've never experienced. Damn, so you're just chucking rocks like right as everyone's starting to mine, getting fucked up.
People
Yeah.
are mining and you're just already throwing. They're like, "How was you doing that?"
I swear there's like no real balance to that fight. The more players you get, Volcano still has the same HP. The golems always give like 25 Tephra, which is overkill usually, unless you're doing like a solo.
Way too many.
And yeah, the whole thing just feels neglected and pitiful, to be honest.
Yeah, it was not intended for masses. Masses are just insanely fast. And plus, dude, they changed the pet. You know about this, right?
Dude, they
You probably
changed
got it a while
everything.
ago.
We all Iron Men were throwing the biggest fit when they made the tool seed like 1 in 6,000. It was that for a little bit, and then they fixed it.
That's nuts. I didn't even know that. Yeah, they made it so the pet. It used to be like if you were MVP, it was 1 in 1,500, and then the worst possible rate was 1 in 2,250.
Mm-hmm.
And now, no matter what, it's 1 in 2,250.
Jesus, that's so stupid.
It's just depressing. Like I'm just like, dude, I'm MVP like every kill, and it's happened to me like 5 times where some guys got in the pet on my MVP, and I'm just like, dude, I'm gonna come to your house.
The problem with Volcano as well is I'm one of those players that like, really tries hard. Like I'll sweat something. If I'm in a mass, like I just instantly get competitive. Like I'm just like, okay, I need to
feel
be
you,
MVP.
man.
And so when you're doing Volcano and there's literally zero incentive to be MVP, basically. In fact, you pretty much just look like a loser virgin, like sweating Volcano. I mean, I'm just kidding. That's just the truth. I still do it though, and I'm like, this is so pointless. Like, I wish I could just turn off a switch in my brain to just chill out, But I can't.
It sucks.
It's just
Man.
competitiveness. I just like need to.
It
beat
sucks
everybody.
terribly.
Yeah. So I'm
There's
like
no
using
reason.
so much more brain power, and everyone else is just relaxed. I'm like, dude, I can't do this.
Well, I'm 2565 KC, so wish me luck. Hopefully, if you're listening to this in the future, I'm hoping I have it by then.
Yeah. Good luck with that. All right, here. I want to go to some Twitter topics. First one I see is by Mick Dilk. Actually, Mick Homie nowadays.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how dare you use that band name?
He's forever, Mick Dilk. I mean, it's just a fact, but we just gotta.
I mean, the funny thing, for those who maybe don't know, his name is Mick Dilk, which is, it's like Dick Milk, but it's like, backwards. And he got banned for this name, for having Mick Dilk. He got banned on Twitch. So then what he does is he changes his name to Mick Homie. So he gets rid of the dick part or the milk part of the name, but he keeps the dick part. He's like, I got banned for this name. Dick Milk. I better change it to Dick Homie. Now they'll be okay with me. Now I'm sure they won't ban me again, right?
Yeah.
Psychotic guy.
It's definitely a strange. I don't know, when he blows up, we're all gonna look back at his origin story and just laugh it off.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He asks, well, we kind of already answered the first thing, but at what point did you decide you wanted to do this full time? Was there a specific event that changed your mindset from doing this as a hobby to a profession? And I guess I'll just cover the rest and you can just go into it. Viewers, mods, come and go. Any specific people that come to mind that have left a lasting impression on you? And then best Twitch era.
Yeah, that's a lot of questions.
A lot of stuff to unravel.
Let's see here. Well, we talked about the full-time thing. I don't think there was a specific event, to be honest with you. Like, I do think that like gifted subs came out when I was like an affiliate though, and like I remember getting significantly more subs because like there was no gifting subs before that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so having that even be an option, I was like, okay, so like I was probably making like 20% more money instantly, and like it wasn't really about the money at the time, but it was definitely like it had an impact on like how much savings I had when I did go full time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I don't think there's a specific moment. I think people ask that a lot. They ask what happened that how did we get here, And I truly just I don't know what to say. It's usually just like you know, Twitch is the thing about it is like there's not like a shortcut to like become big. Like it's not possible. You can do like whatever you want, but I truly don't believe there's any like fast track to like becoming a big streamer. You just kind of grow gradually, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm big, obviously. I think I'm probably like mid-size, but yeah, I think that you kind of just, you know, you have periods of growth and then you plateau for a bit and then you grow for a bit and you plateau for a bit. And I think that's just kind of how it goes. It's the best thing you can possibly ask for, is just like periods of growth, periods of stagnantness, and just, you know, hope that they keep coming.
Yeah.
What else was there? Let me see.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry, you can go ahead. I'm going to read this question while you talk.
I was just going to say, like, yeah, there's a lot of ebbs and flows in streaming. It feels like, I don't know. For the most part, it's usually on an upward track, hopefully. And as long as that's happening, like I don't know. I feel like that's
I just
enough
think
reason to go full time.
I think people tend to think of it like, oh, you just need like that big break, like, you know what I mean? But like really, if you get like a big host or you get like, you know,
that's not
I don't know, a big, it doesn't happen. Like if you get a big drop, you get a really popular clip, like stuff like that. It's good, but it's just like, you know, it's not like gonna like make your life.
Yep.
I feel like that's just kind of a misconception that people have almost. Viewers mods come and go. Any people that have left a lasting impression? I don't know, man. I mean, there's a lot of people. Like, I don't want to like leave anyone out, but like when I very, very first started streaming, do you know Fong by chance?
I've probably seen his name over and over.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just like he was like my first like mod who I just like, you know, I didn't know him in real life, but I knew him from in game, and like we were both mods in Jace's stream, and like I don't know. I just like modded him, but he was like super helpful when I first like started streaming, because like I had like no account security, and he was like, dude, you need to like do this, and this, like you need to like change this. Like I was able to find all of this information. You should really change that. I'm like, thanks, man. Like,
did you ever get those like $1 donations when you first started streaming, just so people could like see your email?
No, dude. Like
I
think that was a thing. Like after I started streaming, yeah, I remember hearing about that, and like there was all these things that people told me, like, dude, don't tell people your ISP, like, don't. I never had the same email for my account as I did for my PayPal, because I just made my PayPal like way after, obviously my RuneScape account's much older, and then I don't know. It's good because I like having a login name account, because then it's like, I don't even think people would know the login name even if they had the email.
I have
crazy.
a login name as well. I'm fucking
beautiful.
I've leaked it once on stream, but never again. I feel like a few people might know it, but for the most part, it's been hidden, so that's good.
Good. I mean, yeah. See, that's it. That's what you want right there.
And I didn't even mean to leak it. Jagex fucked me up. It just displayed it randomly. I was like, okay.
Really?
Yeah.
That's terrifying. Honestly, I've never been there.
Best Twitch era.
Here. Best Twitch era. I don't know, man. I mean,
every era has its good times, and it's
like I just feel like people. Oh, okay. I mean, to be completely honest with you, I think people are like overly nostalgic for, like, you know, we know this, right? Yeah. People get like,
you're talking to RuneScape nostalgia as well.
Exactly. Yeah, people know about the nostalgia goggles. I think that there was good things about early Twitch, and there was also just like fucking terrible things that I'm glad are not there anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. People are very like, people complain about Twitch now, but I'm also kind of more happy that it, you know, in a way, it's more of a like professional and like welcoming place than like early internet, early Twitch. Like, while we did have some like good times, I do think that the bad gets like overlooked, where like people are like nostalgic for like early RuneScape streams and like the Wild West of Twitch, basically.
Yeah.
I'm very glad that that's not a thing anymore, because just like, I don't know, a lot of those people are just like bad people straight up. I don't know. Now, I mean, the greater Twitch maybe not as good, just because I feel like it's very insular, where like just there's like a group of big streamers and you have to be like in that friend group, and it's kind of like clicky almost. That's bad, but I do think like Twitch in general now is probably better. Maybe not like the upper echelon though.
Yeah, that's fair. That is strange, because, I mean, for a RuneScape streamer, you are, like, in the top. But then you look at an overarching, like, all of Twitch, and, like, yeah, what you said, you're, you know, kind of like a medium guy.
I don't know. I wouldn't even say.
When you look
pretty
at
small.
Yeah.
Pretty
Oh, well, I
small
guess if you're
font.
comparing yourself to like XQC Ninja and Shroud and shit, yeah, it's a little bit different. But
Yeah.
um, this was I know this is a little bit different of a topic, but Lockout asks, and I'll link it to you. He asks, looking back, was there a moment that you really think catapulted you into your current day numbers, viewership wise? I'm guessing, because to be quite honest, I do remember you as like, you know, 100 viewer, 200 viewer Andy, and then all of a sudden it was like 800, and it just pretty much chilled there. And now it's been like, you know, over 1,000 almost every stream. So
Interesting. I don't
when
know.
did that happen? Was there
I
like
don't think that. I
that's
feel like
that's how I
maybe
saw
maybe
it, at
just
least. But
yeah, I think that's maybe how you saw it. I
yeah.
don't know, because I feel like I just went from like being like 100, and then it was like 300, and then it was like 5 and 6. I just feel again like I think having that massive KQ dry streak was like a big part. It was like early 2020 pandemic. Everyone was home. Everyone's watching Twitch. A lot of people saw like viewership growth then. But like that was also when I was like every night I was just there doing KQ, very consistent, like on like the most insane dry streak. And, you know, I don't know if people necessarily watch me for the gameplay, so I think people just kind of wanted a place to hang out and like
They want to be there for the drop, though, like 100%.
yeah, they wanted to be there for the drop. They also wanted to be there to laugh at the guy who's like, you know, spending his entire fucking life killing this stupid boss that doesn't even drop anything good, you know, like dragging two-handers and shit. You know, it's like it was kind of fun. You know, it was a good time. I think that's like the initial growth, and then I don't know. I think there's you know been a few key times where I think I've gone through like growth phases, which the biggest one is definitely KQ though, because I mean that was just like when I was actually like, oh my god, like this is actually it's working. Nice. I went full time and it's actually working. Crazy.
Yeah. It's funny how like as a content creator, going dry is like a blessing in a way, but for like the average player, it's just like there's no pros to that whatsoever.
The funny thing is like I don't think of it that way, because the funny thing is people do say that to me where they're just like like there's like there's a copy pasta in my like chat because it's from like the YouTube comments, and it's some guy being like, realistically you shouldn't be mad about being dry at Thermi. Like what's next after you get Thermi? You just become a Tob streamer like everyone else, and I'm like 15,000 kills dry at Thermi meanwhile, and I'm like, you know what, man, you're right. Thank you. I should actually be happy about this. Thank God I have to go get more Sanfu serums from the fucking Thermi boss, you know.
Dude, so people would say the same thing when I was on my nightmare grind for my mace, like 9 months of one tick flicking, running all the way there, 1 kill trips. People are like, oh, you should be grateful that you're going dry. You can milk this. I'm like, dude, this is like the last piece of content I would ever want to milk. And I'm
what? Like, it's not like fun. Like, Nightmare sucks, man.
Yeah. And this was like, normal Nightmare. Yeah, this was not Fasani's fun mode. This is like hell.
Fasani's is nice, but yeah, if I was regular Nightmare solos, like that is just truly depressing. Yeah, like if I was milking something where I'm at least like making GP, like those two bosses are like the worst GP in the game, I think, like KQ and Thermi. And I went 13k and 15k dry respectively. Yeah. It's just like I'm not happy to be milking them. I'm not.
Yeah, you definitely are known as like the guy that just goes dry on pets. What other pets do you go dry on? Are those like the two main? I know those are the two main ones, but
those are the two big ones. Let me think. I went, let's see, like 6k Sire.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Like 2,500 at Callisto. Gauntlet, I did probably like 1,300, 1,400 corrupted Gauntlet. 5k Mole. I'm just trying to think, man. Like, this is just off the top of my head too. Like, I think I did like 5k Seracnus as well, but that was pretty easy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just see year luck.
That's kind of the calling card, you know what I mean? I don't know. The 1 in 3,000. The odd thing about my account though is the 1 in 3,000 luck is terrible, but the 1 in 5,000 luck is good.
Okay.
Like I have all the Dagonoth Kings. I have like 3 out of 5 God Wars pets. Like
geez.
All of those I think are under the drop rate. Like even if it's like slightly under the drop rate. So I don't know. I'm not as unlucky as it seems like at a glance, but like. To be fair, those fucking God Wars bosses take way longer to kill, and they're 1 in 5,000. So,
yeah. Okay, Whale. We were talking about Whale a little bit earlier.
My man.
He has a couple things. Some discussion topics. Origins of the jaseDemon. I'm curious on that one. Social security card story. Choosing to, and I'll link this to you in a sec. Choosing to only have the itswill one emote before being partnered, and how the cult-like following of the Brethren affected channel growth. Itswill one emote, one of us. Let me link you this. So, yeah. What are
origins of the
origins?
jaseDemon? Okay. I was like an avid Jace viewer when I before I was a streamer, just because he was always live like the perfect time, and like I love Jace. He's like, honestly, he's funnier than people give him credit for.
Yeah.
Still love him to this day. I don't get to watch as much Twitch now, so I haven't been in his stream in a bit, but he knows I got love for him, of course. But yeah, I mean I made the jaseDemon emote. I don't know. I mean, listen, it's a little demon. I don't know. It's like from the little Slayer when you extend black demons, it's like the little face that like it shows, and I just thought it was like the funniest looking like little cartoon face. What's the next one? Oh yeah, I was a mod in Jace's stream before I was even like a streamer as well. So that's just like, I don't know, crazy to think about. Like actually, I always tell people just like, yeah, truly, if anyone made me, it was that guy. Like he was like the first person to host me. He would watch when I was like 30 viewer Andy. I mean,
What a king.
Yeah, he's a living legend. I mean, everyone knows him. Just much love to the man.
That's crazy. By the way, I just got to say, that's crazy that you were the one that made the jaseDemon, because, I mean, every single one of his emotes is demon-like now.
Oh, yeah, he's the demon. Yeah, I truly just had, I think I made that while I was, like, doing fishing trawler and, like, just was, like, so fucking bored out of my mind. Like, I was, like, trying to get full angler for something. Yeah. Different time, dude. Social security card story. I don't know what this is like one of those things that like I said this like early days, like when I was like, in like 2018 when I started streaming, and now it's just like something that people say that I hardly remember. This is I like hardly remember
a story,
this.
just people. Just
yeah, it's like not even
tell
a story,
the story,
exactly.
man.
It's like, yeah, tell the social security story, and I'm just like, dude, I don't even remember what I'm almost positive that it's like when I was trying to I must have only been streaming like a few days a week, because this is when I was trying to find like a new job. I worked at this museum, and this is when I got that job as a social media manager.
Mm-hmm.
So this is when I was like streaming like maybe 3 days a week. But I think I was like looking for my social security card because I needed the number, and like people were giving me shit for not having it memorized. And like I was like in a box in my closet, and my roommate was like, "Yo, are you in there?" And I was like, "Yeah, one sec." And then I put the box like back, and I walk over to the door because my like door to my room was closed. And I opened the door, and the first thing he says to me is like, "Were you jacking off?" I was just like, what? No, I was looking for my social security card. And so everyone was just like, my whole chat was just like, no, you were jacking off. You're jacking off. Like, why are you telling this story just to cover your bases? Like, it's really funny. Like, I don't know. That's like the events as I remember them. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that was I might have been mixing this up with some other event, but I think that's the social security card story.
Coming out of the closet casually. What's up, man?
Yeah, what's up, man? He's like, who says that? Like, it's the first thing he says. Just because I said, "Oh, 1 second," like I'll be right there. Like that was I can't just like walk to the door. I have to sprint over to the door so he knows I wasn't doing anything in there.
Oh my god! All right, choosing to only have the itswill one emote before being partnered, and how the cult-like following of the Brethren affected channel growth.
Listen, he doesn't even know, dude. That's the crazy thing, is he doesn't know. This was an era where when you were an affiliate, you could only have one emote. Like there was no emote slots.
That's true.
You could only have a single emote. So that I don't know. I was just like, yeah, I don't know. I just named it itswill. My like default prefix that they gave me was itswill1 with one L instead of just making it itswill. Yeah. So I just named the emote. They didn't know what to name it, and yeah, that was the only thing. Because I mean, look, if you can't have more than one emote, like what the fuck it's like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make it stupid. A pog, or I'm gonna make it like a what face. Like I don't know, it's like you can't.
Yeah,
you have to have something that just is for every emotion,
Yeah, that was a dark time. I do remember when it was just one. Shortly after I started streaming, they like would have little sub goals to get to 5, but like even 5, it's like damn. Sucks.
Yeah, 5's pretty stingy, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That was like the meme then, was like the I was like, oh yeah, it's like a cult, I'm planning on, once I have enough subs, I'm gonna like buy a commune and we're all gonna live there. And that was the ongoing gag. And I think some other people have like done a similar joke, and that's kind of why I stopped doing it, to be honest, because I was like, I don't want people to think I'm the hack, you know what I mean? I made this up. So then I just like stopped it. And I think that maybe didn't sit right with some of the original cult members. Maybe they're like, oh, he's abandoned us. But the real reason I stopped doing the cult bit is just because I feel like it was kind of played out.
Yeah. And now people are like coming up with conspiracies like that you're being controlled by something higher. That's why you're trying to get rid of the cult, right?
Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah.
Some conspiracies going on.
Some higher power. There's a second cult, it's the deep level.
All right. Here's some good topics from Cloud Wizard.
Okay.
Would Frodo from Lord of the Rings have destroyed the ring if Gollum didn't attack him or hadn't attacked him?
I'm
actually,
so flattered that you said
right
you said from Lord of the Rings. Like I'm not like a head, like
I'm just
a
making
Lord
sure
of the
all
Rings
my audience,
stan.
because a lot of my audience is just going to be listening to, and they're like, who the hell is Frodo? Is that some viewer or something? But I guess it makes perfect sense, honestly. But who knows? Maybe somebody's not watched Lord of the Rings. Imagine that.
Okay, if you haven't read or seen Lord of the Rings, like this,
And the podcast.
I just want to say it is a perfect series. Like it is not get better than that. It is 100% perfect. It's the only series that I would say like I would not change a thing.
Yeah. No. Okay. I literally asked this on my stream once. I said, Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter? There were literally people that were saying Harry Potter's better.
That is like just Harry Potter.
And I was talking about the movies. Like, have you seen Harry Potter 1 recently? Like,
no,
within the last
recently.
15 years?
I mean, of course not. I mean, look, man,
Dude,
Harry
it is
Potter,
a
like
children's movie. Like, 3-year-old movie.
You want to talk about right place, right time? Like that fucking lady is like probably one of the luckiest people of all time. Like I have to say, like she wrote like such a mid book that's like, "Oh, and there's goblins that control the banks and they don't trust the goblins. Like it's like it sucks, dude. It's like literally, it's like a fucking baby could think of this. It's like it's so insane to me.
So based.
Like,
so based. Holy
it
fuck.
sucks, man. And then there's like and once she like had to extend the universe, she's like, okay, this is the map of like where all the wizards like schools are, and it's just like a map of every country, and each one just has a school, and it's like, oh, nice, real original, great. You fucking idiot. Yeah, I hate Harry Potter, man. I think it sucks.
Thank you. I swear I can't even say that without being just absolutely obliterated by some total indoctrinated Harry Potter nerds that are just
Nah,
like,
yeah, you can come for me. I don't care. It's bad. It's objectively bad.
And
yeah,
if
Lord of the
anybody
Rings,
is still disagreeing with us right now, go watch Harry Potter 1. I dare you. I dare you to get past 10 minutes of it. I dare you.
I agree.
bad.
Yeah, pause it right now. And honestly, pause it and then watch all 3 extended editions of Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
And then tell me, like, yeah, that was bad. No, you will not be able to. You'll be like, all right, I have to admit.
To think as well that was made over 20 years ago.
Dude, it hasn't aged.
Yeah,
it hasn't aged at all.
Still.
I watched it last year and I was like, dude, this is like better than special effects now because everything's like practical. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, dude, so good, so good. Anyways, he wouldn't have thrown the ring in there, I don't think.
Somebody had mentioned something about like, why didn't they just have like a rat or something? Why didn't they put the ring around like a rat's tail or something and just like carry the rat or something? Where did I hear that?
Like, you don't have to physically touch it. It still has power over you. Like, think about like how, like Saruman, he's corrupted by the ring. He's not even near it. He's fucking fucked out of his brain just by the power of it. Just the thought is enough.
So like deep lore, the ring would have never been destroyed had it not been for Gollum.
I mean, kind of. Like, it's kind of the great irony is that like he wanted it so bad that he just like was the actual reason it got destroyed. I don't know. I mean, I think truly it wouldn't have happened if it weren't for that. And that's why I think it's like written perfectly, where I think that, it would be like just kind of a bullshit way of ending the story if it was like, yeah, and then Frodo was actually he had so much willpower that he actually did the thing that no one else could do. Yeah. That's just cheap, you know what I mean?
But what about Sam? I feel like Sam wasn't really affected by that. Well, he was kind of, but not really.
He was affected a bit. I think he gets his grubby little mitts on it and like on the way there.
Yeah,
you know?
that's true. But I guess I don't
Sam,
know. Yeah, I don't know.
he's maybe too dumb, to be
Yeah.
like affected by it, perhaps. But yeah, that's exactly why they wouldn't trust him with it either, though.
Yeah, that's true. No, to be fair, it probably would have taken over him as well if he knew that like he owned it. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn, that's deep. All right. How was it living in mainland China?
Fantastic. Highly recommend it. This is what I used to say when people would ask me where I lived. Honestly, I would just say mainland China. um, it was it's good times. Honestly, I don't really know why I started doing that. I think it's because so I lived in LA, right?
Yeah.
And so when people would ask like, "Oh, where do you live?" I would say, I live in like Los Angeles or whatever. And I would just have like 20, like Twitch chat. They just like hate every like major city, and they'll just be like, "Oh, it sucks. It's a shithole. It's terrible." Like even to this day, if I say any city, like people say that, right? And so then I moved from there to like the Portland area, and like I don't want to say exactly where I lived,
Shittier city.
So, yeah, I would just say Portland.
What
and then
people think
that would,
is yeah.
Yeah, what people think, their like elicited reaction is just like, "Oh my god, the town's on fire. It's in chaos. There's people in the streets rioting." Like, so I really was just like, to deflect the "where are you from" question. I was just like, I moved from the second most hated city to the most hated city. I think I'm just gonna say China so that people don't have anything to say anymore. It's fine. Like no one's gonna be like, "Oh, what's it like there?" Just no one cares really. People are just like, "Oh, cool." Anyways, he's lying.
Oh my god. It is funny though that you did live in LA and then Portland, Oregon, like the two like most covered cities. Like
People,
any foreigner as well. Like whenever they take a look at America, like through their like news outlets, they're seeing LA and Portland on fire. That's it.
Probably, yeah. They're just like, "What the fuck is wrong with these people?" Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, man. I do find that very interesting about Twitch chat, where it's like I've just said like even any city, like I'm trying to remember like Denver or like Barcelona or like just things where I don't know anything about these places, and I just ask like, "Oh, what's it like there?" And there's always one guy who's just like, "It sucks. There's a drug problem. There's homeless people." Like just some guy who's from like rural Andy, you know what I mean? He's never been to a city before. He's just like, "I went there once. It was terrifying." Like,
oh my god, dude.
It's very interesting to me. It's an interesting like experiment. Just like next time you're in a Twitch chat, just like say that you're from a major city and ask people what they think of it, and look at the chaos ensue.
Dude, I am crying right now. All right, you gotta chill out. All right, which
Yeah, take your time.
oh my god. All right, which poke the fuck are these questions? All right, which Pokemon is a pure steel type?
Which Pokemon is a pure steel type? Bro, where are you pulling these questions from?
This is from
man?
Cloud Wizard. Which Pokemon is a pure steel type?
I'm almost positive there's only one pure steel type, and it's Gen, I want to say 5. It's his name's Clink, and it's like a little cog. It's the only, all other steel types are like, steel and something else, right? So he's the only Pokemon that's like only steel, like steel
How
and
is that
ground.
even a type? Wait, how many types are there in Pokemon? I thought it was like elemental.
Oh, there's a lot more than elemental. Okay. So you have all the elements, and then leaf is one of the elements, but there's also bug, which I'm against that, but it is a thing. I don't know why.
Bug. It's just bug.
Bug is separate from leaf. I don't know how. And then here's the crazy kicker. There's rock, and then there's ground, and those are two different things that you're supposed to be able to.
Please don't tell me there's
earth.
Okay,
no, there's no earth. There is psychic and ghost. Those are also two separate things. And then they recently added fairy, which is, maybe understandable. Yeah. Of course, there's normal, and then fighting. You're like, okay, fighting.
What
that's
is
kind of
normal? Earth. Like that is the dumbest element. Normal.
Yeah, normal is just ridiculous. Yeah, it's like a Pokemon that's just like fucking
like what J.K. Rowling would have made.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like her. That's like what type she would be if there were types for humans. She would be normal.
Normal element. Okay. Speaking of Pokemon, so I used to like very casually collect Pokemon cards as a kid. I remember there was a place in Oregon called fuck, what was it called? It was like some trading card place run by a bunch of neckbeards, and basically you could like trade your Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh cards for, money, or just trade them in for better cards. But it was like the biggest scam of all time. It was like 20-year-olds taking advantage of 9-year-olds,
That's
9-year-olds.
so genius.
It was genius. I mean, they
like,
had all the greatest cards, like mint condition, because they would just scam children.
Yeah, well, they probably knew that, like, oh, there's this card that, like, is, first. It's first. I didn't know first edition was a thing when I was a kid, right? So, like, I had, like, looking back at my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I'm like, shit, this would have been worth a lot of money if I didn't, like, fucking chew on it.
Start tearing it from the corner just a little bit.
Exactly, yeah. So, just like, shit, man. So, they probably just, like, there was, like, a first edition, like, something, and they're like, okay, this kid is, like, probably gullible as shit, and they're like, oh, look at this cool card, it was on the TV show, wow, like, you want to trade it for this one,
dude?
I'll throw in a gumball. That's smart, man. That's smart as hell. Like, I honestly wish I was an adult back then.
It was pretty messed up. And plus, I mean, the most beautiful part about that scam is that the parents would take their kids there, trying to get the kid to sell all their cards so they can move on with life, So you got these two neckbeards at the counter basically convincing this kid to give up all his very valuable cards, and his parents are just egging the kid on, like, yeah, do it. Like, hurry up, do it. Like, just give them away. So it was pretty bad. But my friend had like a binder. I mean, I'm talking like a straight up like packed binder with laminated cards. And I just remember,
shit, dude.
I remember in particular, like, it was literally 80% of the binder. The guy like totaled it up with his stupid fucking calculator at the desk. He's like, yeah, that'll be $3.16. He's literally selling like 80% of a binder. I'm talking like 1,000 cards. And the dude literally offered him $3.16. And my friend's like, no. And we just like walked out. I was like, what the fuck was that? Like, apparently he had like 20% of his binder was like worth something, maybe like up to like $50, which at the time $50 was like,
dude, $50 when you're a kid, yeah, that's $1 million straight up. Like $50 fucking dollars, goddamn.
Yeah, but $3, like they were like just that's straight up robbery. But yeah, we just resisted. I wonder if he still has.
So if you're listening, guy that runs the fucking card store in Oregon, go fuck yourself. Can I just say, one
Dude's
time
40
you
now,
tried,
still working there.
Yeah, he's like a billionaire. He like sold like a first edition Charizard for like $1 million. He's just like retired. Yeah, fuck you, man. I see through your scam.
It really is. I mean, that was back when. I mean, cards nowadays. At least I'm not really in the card, market or whatever. But I've heard there's like Charizards and shit going for like $500,000. Is that true?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. There's like I'm not really like a Pokemon card guy, honestly. I like my brothers had a lot of those, but I was like Yu-Gi-Oh personally.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure there's like a Charizard that is worth a lot. Dude, someone sent like fake they're like pretty convincing fakes, but they're like fake Pokemon cards to my PO box, and like they have the little sleeves that shows that they're like graded, and it says like PSA 10 on them, which is like the best grade,
Oh, shit.
So they're just like fake, obviously, and anyone that like actually knows would like see there's no little emblem on them and be like, all right, these are fake. So it's not like harmful, it's more just like funny, because like I'll just post a photo of me like with it in my mouth, and there'll be like there's like 20 replies of people being like, what the fuck are you doing, man? That's worth $20,000. Like, rich streamer fucking piece of shit. It's pretty funny.
That's great.
That's a bit I've been doing lately. It's worked out pretty well. Got like 500 likes on that shit. It's,
What is the craziest shit you've gotten from a PO box? Like opening.
That is up there, dude. Because
Okay.
like I didn't even know that was like I didn't even know you could buy that. Like I thought fake Pokemon cards were like how they were when I was a kid, where they just look like nothing alike and it like everything's misspelled.
Yeah.
But these like look perfect.
Wow.
I'm trying to think what else. Some guy made me like a ceramic mug, that just says like Big Milkers on it. That's an interesting one. One time, okay, so at my old house, it was like a newer house. and the lady that like owned it, she hadn't like been there yet, and like it had been rented out to like one other family and then rented to us. And we probably lived there for like 6 months, and this lady like had never been in the house that she owns, right? So she comes by and is like, "Oh, I just want to see the place." And I was like, "Oh yeah, no problem. Like, walk you through or whatever. Like, it's your house, fuck it." So I walk her through, and I didn't remember that I did a like PO box like stream like 2 days prior. So I like show her my office, and there is just like a like naked Garfield with like his ass out like on a flag on like folded up, and like you can see his just the ass part. And then on my desk there's a big mug that says like "come fast" or "come last." And I was like, immediately, I was like standing in front of them while I was like showing her, just like very casually, but she 100% saw the mug, like 100%.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Did you
just
say
a bunch.
anything? Like, that's not mine.
No, I was just like,
just accept it.
I was just like, I'm gonna just hope that this doesn't get brought up at any point. It's all in good fun. Yeah, maybe I spent my own money on this stuff. Who knows? It's a mystery, really, to her.
All right. What is the funniest episode of Seinfeld? And you were talking to somebody that did watch. I did watch a lot of Seinfeld because my parents loved it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you like it? It sounds like
I love it.
You said my parent.
I
Okay,
love
good,
it, but I'm also one of those people that won't just like turn on a show. I love a lot of different shows, but I'm never one to like turn it on. But if it's on, I'm all about it.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. I'm not a big show guy in general. Like I'm generally like a big movie guy. So if I'm watching something, I listen. I'll dedicate like an hour and a half to like a movie, but I don't want to spend fucking 15 hours watching like a series.
Yeah,
it's just too much, man. I can't do that shit.
I agree.
I'd like to move on. No, the funniest episode of Seinfeld, the Briss, the rat. So basically, just like their Elaine's like friend is like having a bris for the, what a bris is,
no,
right?
I don't.
Okay,
I've
so
probably
it's like
seen this
thing.
episode if it's like your favorite, but I just need to know the reference. What's the bris?
Okay, it's like a Jewish thing. It's like when you circumcise your kid. It's like a little ceremony, right? So she needs to find like, yeah, they have a ceremony, 100%. Okay. So you need to find it's called a moil. It's like a specialized type of rabbi that performs circumcisions, and just the moil that she finds is like a very he's very outspoken. He's just is complaining the entire time about like everything. It's I don't know. Really, I think they maybe got away with some slightly anti-Semitic stuff in that episode.
Yeah,
but
that's
coming
the
from
80s or 90s.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's Larry David wrote it, so I'll give him a pass, 100%. And yeah, it's a great episode. It's very funny. It just reminds me of some of my relatives, so to me, it's very near and dear.
That's cool. All right, why do they call it Black Friday?
I don't fucking know. I don't know. What is it supposed to, is it like?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Black Friday? I don't know.
I have no idea.
People died? I think it's because people die, right? It's like a bad thing. Like,
oh, I just knew it as like you go to Best Buy at 2 a.m.
Yeah, of course. But I
have no idea.
I think that like the original like quote unquote like Black, I think it was Black Thursday or something, but it was like when the stock market crashed in like the 70s. I think Black Friday is just called that because it's like people got like trampled or something. I don't know, man.
Oh shit. Yeah, I've never even considered, like, I've never even questioned why it's called that. I just accept it.
Yeah, I've never thought about it. I don't know. It's an interesting question to ask me because like I don't fucking know. Like,
yeah, I just thought there was gonna be some like stream meme about it, so I just asked.
I honestly was like thinking, I was like, is this something I've joked? I don't know. I don't think so.
All right.
Maybe I have. See, there's things. The thing is, like, people will like message me stuff like that where I just like it's something I said like 6 months ago in like a YouTube video or something, and it's like I just forgot I said it 10 seconds after saying it, and then people are like, "Oh yeah," and like cupcakes, right? And I'm like, no, "What the fuck are you saying, dude?" Like I don't know like what dumb thing I fucking said about cupcakes 8 months ago. I don't know. I mean, listen, it's I'm happy that they're enjoying it, but I'm always just very confused.
All right. The Duck Chris asks, My guy, the Suede Man, big kisses. What gimmicks/streams mainstays did you really enjoy from earlier eras that you don't do anymore? And then here, I'm going to link this to you and then we'll cover some of the rest. He also asks, happiest/coolest stream moment. Who is one person you'd like to know better from the community and one person you'd like to know worse? Can you know somebody worse?
I'd like to know them worse. Let me tell you. I'd like to. What does that mean? Like not know as much. I know too much. I don't fucking know.
It's the opposite of know better. Come on, man.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think there's anyone I would like to know less. I don't really know. I mean, I don't know. I think I can say this. I did Gielinor Games, so like I got to meet a lot of people. It's gonna come out soon. I don't know, in like the next couple months.
How was that, by the way? Like the whole thing. Like, does Soup do a good job?
Dude, like, okay, so I was like the only person that was competing. I don't think I'm allowed to say all the other people, so I won't. But I was the only person that hadn't like watched it at least. So I didn't know anything going in, and so he had to like explain everything to me like twice as hard as everyone else, right?
Twice as worse.
I just want to say that, yeah, he had to do it twice. I was twice as worse at understanding the. God, dude, what kind of a question was that? I was twice as worse at understanding than everyone else, but I will say, like, the amount of work that Soup puts into that shit is fucking unreal, dude. Like, I can't even fathom. Because it's like not only making all that shit, and like, you know, he has like people that help him with the challenges, like make them up, but like, he'll just like fucking, you know, get on. I'll just get on one day and he'll like be like, okay, so I need everyone to record this and then send me the footage. I'll sort it out. Don't worry. All you have to do is record your perspective. And then he like files it all away like every week. And then he'll have challenges where he's just like, all right, so I've got you guys all on a account. Here's the login. They all have 80 strength. And we're going to do like, it's just like fucking ridiculous, dude. Like, I'm like, how do you sort this out? Like I don't know. He's just like, obviously, that's not an actual spoiler, just before anyone comments, like, oh my God, he spoiled one of the challenges. But I just mean, like, there's stuff like that where I'm like, I have a newfound respect because I didn't realize the just sheer amount of, like, time and, like, you know, love that this man puts into the game show. It's honestly, I'm very excited. I think it's gonna be really good, honestly. It's gonna turn out good.
Yeah, that's cool. That's exciting. You're on it. I
watched
Stream
Gimmicks.
I watched.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Well, here, let me just say the last thing. Gielinor Games. I watched the second season. There's only been 2 seasons. You're on season 3, I'm assuming. I believe so. Yeah. Yeah. Like Soup just has that like game show voice. I don't know. Maybe it's just like something you can turn on and off, and I'm like, damn, he like really kills it. It actually sounds. You're just watching it, and it's like this actually seems like it could be televised, like unironically.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, he's like, I genuinely like. I don't like know anyone that just genuinely just positive. I can't really explain it, but he's just like so like nice and positive, and like I didn't really know him very well, but I just remember like one of the weeks I just like, you know, I fucked up like something and like didn't win because of it or something, and I was like in voice with him after. I'm just like, dude, it's such a bummer, like whatever. And he's like, no, it's all good, man. You're actually doing really good. Like honestly, you're one of the best players here. Like he's just like he's like so positive about everything, and I'm just like, damn, this is a guy I need in my life. You know, this is the type of hype man that everyone should have.
Yeah. All right, you can continue. What was the
next? What was it?
What
gimmicks/stream mainstays do you enjoy from earlier eras? One thing that I used to do that I just can't do anymore is like I used to get on like Discord voice and just play RuneLink with people. Like I would drag them in on voice and then like play them in RuneLink and just talk shit to them the entire time. I actually the reason I thought about this is because like I found one of the old VODs like saved, and I recently made like a VOD channel to just like have old streams up for posterity, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, like having that just like a time capsule from like 2019, early 2020 is just like really cool. But I definitely can't do that anymore. There's just too many people and too many just like, you know, I don't it's scary enough to be on voice with random people, and it's just like I don't know, man. You know how people are. You know, bad things could happen. I used to do that. I also used to do art contests a lot. I want to start doing that again. I think maybe this will be my way to start doing it. But I would do like a prompt and like a prize, and then we would like vote on the best like work of art on stream. You know,
that's cool.
That was fun.
So was one of the winners itswill art, like a little blue square? Was that a winner?
Little
at one
blue
point?
square. That is used to be a poster that I had in my room of just like a flat blue color. It was a poster. It's a cool story. It's Yves Klein, he like was an artist that was just like an insane person in like the 1800s, and he believed that like that color blue was like had supernatural powers and could like make him fly and
Jesus.
breathe.
Drugs
Yeah,
were
there's
he
like a
on? What-
bro, yeah, he was fucking insane. It was crazy. He was also like one of the best like judo champions of the time, which I find really
damn.
funny. So he's just like he was probably just like the fucking Joe Rogan of his era, just like an absolute fucking specimen freak, but like people loved him, you know?
Dude, if you think back at like the 1800s, like there is no internet. Like you don't know any fucking thing. Like you don't know anything. You know what I mean?
This guy like invented a new color of blue by like finding some like rare rock, right? And then he was like, "Yeah, this blue actually makes it so I can breathe fire and fly." And people are like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah.
Dude, that
Here's a canvas of just blue, and then a photo of me that's edited to make it look like I'm flying." Like, it's fucking sick, dude. That guy's a legend.
dude, you could have pulled so many shenanigans back in the 1800s, like 1700s, even like nobody's
Oh my
educated.
God, dude.
Nobody knows anything that's like outside of their little community, and you just like
I would
go
have been
into-
robbing people, man. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it right. I'm gonna say it on record. I would have been robbing people. You could just do like a train robbery and then just go to a different city, and people are like, "Oh, who's this interesting, mysterious fella?" Wow.
No record of it whatsoever. Just
Yeah,
done.
exactly. They weren't. Yeah, it's fucking idiots, dude. It's crazy. I just can't believe everyone wasn't doing that. It's nuts. Just rob a train. You live for the rest of your life. It's great.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, it's so weird to think of like life without internet or TV and stuff. It's so strange.
But that shit sounds terrible.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. So what is it with art? Is it just all like money laundering scheme? Like when art becomes like, you know, in the millions and it's a modern artist that just posted a bunch of banana peels on a fucking board, is that just like all for money laundering, or is there actual like people that unironically buy that shit and frame it in their house?
I mean, okay, well, like modern art is like more like post World War II era, maybe like post World War One to like the 70s, probably. You're thinking of like contemporary art, which
Okay, yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
I can't speak too much on that just because I don't know, man. Look, I like studied this, like my degree was in like art history just because I didn't really know what else to study, and I like you know, modern art at least is like good, and you know it did good for a lot of people and like was I would say like politically significant for like, you know, like the French Revolution and shit, and even like post World War II. Sure, maybe there was a bit of like propaganda happening around that time for like quote unquote like freedom of expression. Like Americans were being like, yeah, we're better than Russia because we have insane painting and not they don't, you know. But nowadays I don't fucking know, man. Honestly, it does all just seem like it's just like for spectacle. It's just like silly. I don't know. I do like even as recently as I worked at a museum, like all of the new works of art we had were just kind of like that, where it's like, oh yeah, it's just a banana peel, or it's just like, I don't really know if there's meant to be deeper meaning, but I just am not like, maybe in 30 years from now, I'll look back and be like, oh, that guy was actually a genius for doing the banana peel fucking penis or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
Sure, but as far as right now, I don't really give a shit or no.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if there's art from like, you know, 1500s, 1400s, like that's cool and all. Like that does have value to it 'cause it's just preserved for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Happiest, coolest stream moment. Is there one in particular?
Fuck, man. I don't know. Getting that fucking Zuck helm was pretty sweet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What about,
That was
okay,
a
what
good
was better?
feeling.
Your Zuck helmet or your first Infernal Cape?
The Zuck helm, yeah. I'm sorry. It was just so nice, honestly. Just the relief was so much more. You know what I mean?
It's a lot of tedious bullshit you have to do for
I
combat
agree,
achievements.
dude. Well, like, it just took me fucking forever to do like a few of those Inferno tasks because, like, I just am like genuinely bad at Inferno. It's just
Same.
like not. I don't know, man. Like, I have like 20 something KC, but I still just consider myself like mid.
Yeah,
I don't know.
no, same.
I'm just like, I'm okay at it. Like I can go do a cape with like no restrictions. Sure. Like I'll get a KC like 9 times out of 10, but it's like, dude, doing like not falling below 50 hit points
That
or
one was
like
a bitch.
the speed run, even like my first speed run attempt was like you have to do sub 65 for those at home, and I got like a 65:19, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be easy. Like I got this. Like I first try, like I'm 20 seconds off, and then I just like, when you're going fast, I just like probably died or like missed it by like 30 seconds. Like I think 7 times. Like on my 8th attempt, I finally got it. It's just like having to get a task. I was just mentally just gone, dude. I was so annoyed. So getting the Zuck helm was just like, I can finally just play the game again. I can just relax and like enjoy myself, have a fun stream, because it was just like so fucking toxic and just too much, man. I don't know. I was happy to just be able to like chill again,
Yeah, I was staying up like off stream. I'd like wake up at 3 in the morning and be like, I need to fucking do this. Like, don't drop below 50 HP, and I'd just be like hyper focused for like 2 hours. Just, as soon as I get to wave 63, I'm like, okay. Even when I got to wave 56, it's like, okay, every single wave pre-brew basically, because I'm not risking anything. Like there was so many times where it was just like a ranger would hit me and then a blob would hit me and they just both maxed. I'm like, dude.
Bro, I failed at wave 6 one time. I got hit by a bat and a blob, and I was just like, what the fuck just happened?
When that happens, it's so demotivating. It's like, dude.
It was honestly, okay, that time it was kind of funny just because, like, I still had other tasks left. Like, I was like, all right, I'll do like the Jad skip on this one or something. But goddamn, dude, yeah, it was just like the screenshot that people always post of just like, wave 6, you have failed. Like, what is it? Like, I don't even remember. Wasn't even close, I think is the name of the task. But it's like, yeah, wave 6, you failed. Wasn't even close. Like, it's really fucking funny.
All right. Who is one person you'd like to know better from the community?
I don't know, man. I got to meet like a good amount of people through Gielinor Games, but even better than that, I would say like I don't know, dude. I solo mission, I guess, like 'cause I talked to him and he's
he's a
super. He's a very funny guy, dude.
So nice too. Always smiling.
Yeah, that guy. He's very funny.
Yeah. Now he's
funnier than people give him credit for. I think people just think of him as like entertainer, gamer, but genuinely funny guy.
Yeah, and he doesn't take himself seriously whatsoever. He just does his thing. And honestly, very supportive too. I mean, back before the Sae Bae cast was even anything, I asked him to be on. He was the first big guest I asked, and he was like totally willing.
Oh, really?
And it totally changed my like mindset on who I could get on the cast, because for so long I just felt like, I feel like I'm asking a lot from people to just come on for free for a few hours and talk to a random, But he definitely like
do you still believe that? Because I feel like I don't know, people
this was like, I mean, I got him on like 7 months in, where all I had like the biggest people I had were like Mod Husky, which was really cool as well, don't get me wrong, but
that's
like
sick.
Yeah, I feel like when you're growing something, I mean, dude, you're starting a podcast and it's like, yeah, it's different now when they've done 85 episodes, but initially, like, holy shit, you feel like you feel like you're leeching, you know what I mean? That's what it felt like.
I guess that's true, yeah. All right.
It's like, come on,
fair
I'm
enough.
on podcast, man. I'm starting this little thing. It's like, it's really cringe, but now he changed my mindset about it, so that was cool.
That's good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's asking a lot just to be like, hey, do you want to come on and talk? And like, I don't know.
Yeah, I overthink it a lot too. I have a problem with that.
I feel you, man. Believe me. Let's listen. I definitely get you on that 100%. I still don't really do that. I don't really reach out to people that much.
Yeah, I don't know. It just feels, it's still to this day. Like one thing I would love to do for all my guests, including you, like at some point, if like the podcast like really started like getting a lot more traction. One of the things I am planning on doing every year is coming out with like a disc plate. That's like some artists in the community would make it. I already have like one for year one, just a bunch of like the first 50 guests painted. I would love to like be able to give every guest their own disc plate for free, as like a sign of gratitude, but like that's just like not feasible right now, It's like,
yeah, I don't know.
These are fucking expensive.
That's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. That's 50 disc plates. I mean,
yeah, and then plus another 50 this year. So
imagine you have like a guy on twice,
Yeah.
And then
No, I've already
you
done a
gotta
few of
paint him
those.
twice. You gotta give him 2 disc plates. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. No, but
Just throws off the whole dynamic.
I definitely do like appreciate like the community's willingness to just like help out. I mean, even you going on Gielinor Games, like you don't have to do that. Like, but it does mean a lot to like creators to just have other creators involved in other people's projects. It's like really cool.
Yeah, I mean honestly, I'm happy I did that. I'm happy I did this. I think this is good. I mean, I think more people like once you give something like this a shot, you're like, all right, this is actually like it's a good time. I don't know. It's like what, just talking for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I can do that. Like who cares?
Yeah. That's how I feel. And of course, like I've known you like since forever. And I gotta say, I don't want to get all like sob story and stuff, but you really were like one of the biggest helpers of my stream initially. Like you just sending a host, as much as like a host doesn't create anything, like it doesn't like make your stream, but it definitely gives you a lot of exposure early on, which is just all you really need when you're starting out. So
yeah, early on it is good. I agree. Yeah, I don't know. I usually just like try to find like 2 or 3 people like that I like. I don't get to watch as much Twitch as I used to, so like I'm just kind of like I try to have some people, and you were definitely one of those people where like I watched your stream, I was like, all right, this is a guy like not only like I think the stream's good, but I just think he's like a good guy. He actually likes the game. Because I don't know, man. I just feel like some people just are like just play out of obligation out of a certain point, and I try to really just make sure I give back to people that genuinely are like, yeah, this guy is like he loves RuneScape, and I think that's sick, and like he plays RuneScape, and I want to help him fucking get to play RuneScape more. You know what I mean? Like.
yeah.
I don't know. There's just a few people like, you, Whale, McDilk, just off the top of my head that I'm like, yeah, these are people I want to like give a chance to, play this game more because they seem to like it.
Hell yeah. All right. Now the question that we've all been waiting for. One person you'd like to know worse. Lol.
Fucking, I don't know, man. Fucking Bodie. I don't know, dude. He's always fucking. Every day
worse.
Every day there's a new clip where someone's just like, hey, you just see what Bodie said about you? And he's just like he dies at Vorkath and he's like, I'm doing the itswill walk. He's like walking back to the boss. I'm like, bro, I don't even do Vorkath. Like I haven't done Vorkath since it came out. The fuck is this?
Oh my god.
It's just it's really funny, honestly. I wish he knew me worse, because he's just got my number lately, He fucking knows. He knows he can just roast me and it'll be just instant lol W's in the chat.
Okay. I like this topic. It's relatable. And I do remember the early streams of your bed and everything. So Manic asks, how do you feel about the evolution of your stream and chatters? I feel like there's a bonding opportunity between both of you regarding your prior bed situations. Still have that rug. Toes. So
toes.
I was sleeping on. Well, when I first started streaming, it felt as though I wasn't really in a stable like apartment that I was going to be in for like long term. So I'd always just sleep on air mattresses until they popped, and then my back would just fucking ache because like it would just pop in the middle of the night one night, and I would just wake up with like the worst back pain of all time.
Oh my god, man!
And then at that point,
Jesus.
I would just sleep on the ground for like.
You get a mattress on Amazon for like $200.
I eventually did get a mattress. But for the first like year and a half, it was like air mattress. It would pop. The next 4 months, I'd be sleeping on the floor, and it was fine. In fact, I'm not gonna lie.
You slept on the floor.
This might be copium. So it's a carpeted floor, very thick carpet. I put a blanket underneath as well, so I'm even more cushioned. And I'm not gonna lie, dude. Just hear me out. When you sleep on the floor and you start getting used to it, it just takes about a week to get used to it. You wake up immediately. Like you sleep the full night. I've never had insomnia. You sleep the whole night, wake up, you're instantly out of bed because you're just not like that comfortable. You're just fine,
Yeah,
but
man, no shit.
It gets you up. It gets you up, man.
On the floor, man.
It gets you up out of bed immediately. It was really refreshing. I'm not gonna lie.
You're saying that so you think it's better to sleep on the floor?
No. I'm saying there
more productive.
There are pros to sleeping on the floor, and that is like dude. I have a nice mattress now. It's like a hybrid, like one of those spring plus foam or whatever. Dude, I am in my bed when I wake up. I'm in there for another hour and a half, like most mornings. Like I'll just fucking lie there. I'm like, what am I doing?
Well, I'm just, I don't know if have you tried like I used to do that. What I did is I put my like alarm clock on the other side of the room, so I had to get up to turn it off. I didn't sleep on the floor. I wasn't like, well, I guess I gotta get rid of the bed now because I overslept one
No,
time.
I'm really just listing two extremes. Like it's not every morning, and I'm not saying to bed you are forced to be in your bed for another hour, but like,
Dude, you know, like people are like, you know, mattresses. You spend half your life sleeping, so it's really the most important thing to spend money on, right? Like,
yeah.
it's really if you're gonna splurge on. But you were the opposite, where you're like, no, like you don't need a bed. What are you talking about? I'll just sleep on the floor.
Listen,
What are you?
have you ever
fucking
slept on the
rich?
floor? Have you ever slept on the floor?
I have slept on the floor, yes.
For over
At, like
a week?
sleepover.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
man.
Well,
not
if you
for
only
a
do it for
I
one day,
slept in a
you'll never
sleeping
appreciate
bag.
it. You'll never fully appreciate you can actually have a really comfortable night. Plus, I'm not gonna lie. So I sleep on a twin XL. So I'm not like on the queen or the fucking king
Bro,
size.
you gotta
California
level
king.
that up, man. You gotta at least get like a full or like something.
Yeah, I will. I'm moving into a new house soon, but when you get to just go like full spread eagle in a non-sexual way, I mean, you're just like, you have the full floor to yourself. You got the big ass blanket. Okay, yeah, this is not really going anywhere. A bigger
Dude.
mattress would just fix the whole fucking issue. But.
Yeah, I was gonna say you just have a tiny bed. You're just describing. You're not. That's not. Doesn't mean the floor is better. You just.
Anyway,
I was
trying
for a child.
I was trying to sort of prove a point, but you also had a small bed at one point. Can you explain?
I did. Yeah. Yeah. See, that was like okay. So when I lived in a dorm, the only like room you had was for like a twin bed. I think I had a twin XL actually, like the twin long
that's
version.
Fine. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta upgrade your life, man.
I do.
It was
I will.
it's definitely it's not ideal, but I'm also just a very like compact person. Like I don't know, I'm like tall but like pretty like lanky, and I usually just curl up in a ball to go to sleep anyway, so it doesn't really bother me that much. But I think you'll find that when you upgrade the bed, it's an entire lifestyle change that you'll be happy with, and it definitely beats sleeping on the floor at the very least.
It will.
But yeah, I had a small bed, and it was in the background, so everyone would always comment on it. It was like a whole thing where people would be like, "Dude, why the fuck is that actually your bed? Like, is that a couch or do you sleep there?" Like, it was just an unfortunate way that like it was all I had because I lived in a dorm, and then I moved into an apartment with like 4 other people, and yeah, it was all the room I had. I didn't really have much room for a fucking bigger bed anyway.
Yeah, that's kind of my situation right now. I'm in a 3-bedroom apartment living with my 2 brothers right now. Even my younger brother came in a few months ago from school. So
what are their bed situations? I'm just curious. I just want to know.
My brother has a queen. My older brother has a queen. My little brother is sleeping on the floor.
He is not.
He has an listen. You got to understand, like,
dude, your family, like, there's something going on, dude. Like,
clearly. I mean, I'm a 27-year-old man living with 2 brothers.
Like, and then I was like, all right, yeah, like I've never met someone named Sater before. Like, it's a weird name. Like, maybe there's
living
something
in Alabama.
Going on with this guy. He's gotta have a weird. Maybe he's got some weird parents, like some hippie parents.
I do have some weird.
And then he's
parents.
like, "Yeah, I actually love sleeping." An hour into our conversation, like, I actually love sleeping on the floor. It's actually really good.
I was just trying to explain because a lot of people haven't given sleeping on the floor a chance. They're living in their castles, whatever. I'm just saying there is a little bit of beauty and a little bit of simplicity to it. It's art. That's what I'll call it.
Okay, do you at
art.
least have so you had an air mattress on the floor, right?
Yeah.
Or it popped and you just went no air mattress, just floor.
Yep. That was like 2.5 years ago, keep in mind.
I mean, that doesn't absolve you. Listen.
It does.
The statute of limitation is not up on that. I'm still, you will be tried for your crimes as a floor sleeper.
The cool thing is my older brother's getting a home built out here. Brand new home. I'm going to have my own separate bedroom and a streaming room, which I'm fucking excited about because I've been sleeping in the same room I stream, which is not ideal. And everything's just going to be better. And plus my little brothers will be going back to school. So it's just going to be, You know, we
Dude,
get this
thank
big
God,
ass house. So.
A story with a happy ending, folks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the bed story, it gets a beautiful little happy ending, and he lives happily ever after at the end of the floor bed fiasco. Thank you, God.
You know what's also cool is like there's transitions. I always see it as like the dark times of streaming. You know, like the first like years, like the stone ages of streaming, where you're just living off ramen, and at least for me, just fucking ramen and floors and.
Yeah, I used to just
shitty
have
internet.
Floor. Eating the floor. You're eating the floor for dinner. Yeah. Yeah, dude, I used to make this was my okay, this was my little meal I used to make.
Go for it.
Well, I would come home from work and I would sometimes I would just have like a Pop-Tart and like brown rice cakes.
So bad.
Yeah, like because I
Pop-Tart.
would leave work and they would be like, why is that like social media guy like always in the kitchen? And I would like make a fucking like double espresso.
They're trying to plot
machine.
they're trying to fire you so hard. They just trying to think of anything to fire you.
They're like, what the fuck? This every day, like at 5 p.m. when he leaves, he gets like a full fucking 5-course meal from the kitchen. Like he gets like 2 Pop-Tarts, granola bars, and then he makes himself a triple espresso. I would just really listen. I mean, it was one of those like really cushy, like nice LA fucking offices. So I was just getting my money's worth while I worked there, man. It was great, honestly.
Isn't it expensive as fuck living in LA? Like, aren't you just paying like? Because you started streaming in LA, right? I mean,
yeah. I mean, I had a job, and it was I could pay my rent. I mean, it wasn't. I think it's a lot worse now. Unfortunately, like the last 2 or 3 years, it's really gotten out of hand. But it's always been like expensive, but I didn't live in like the nicest part, and my apartment was like from the 70s, and it was with like 2 other people, but true. And the guy died in there, so I think they had to like give it to us for less.
Your roommate died?
Oh no, the guy that lived there before us. Good
Jesus,
God,
dude.
No. Yeah, he died.
Dead roommate.
Very mysterious.
He's still paying rent, hopefully.
Very mysterious causes. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I certainly wasn't home at the time. I have a steadfast alibi. But yes, he did. He ate my leftover Chinese food, and then he was dead the next day. And no one knows how or why. No, the guy. There's like an old guy that lived there for like 30-something years, and they like it was like, we have to disclose this to any new tenants, but the previous tenant did pass away on the premises. Like,
so is that like an actual thing? Like will you like get your rent docked if you like bring it up like I'm scared of ghosts or something like that?
It was wildly cheap. I mean, honestly, for like, I mean, the size of the space, and then the the dead guy, and it was very old and shitty. But I mean, listen, man, I really do think the dead guy was part of it. And he would get like letters. There would be all these letters to like George, you know what I mean? And like, I don't know. It was so scary. I was like, where are these? I would just fucking throw them away after a while. Like first I would give them to the landlord, and then after a certain point I was like, I don't want to open these. It's like haunted. So because I believe in ghosts, man.
Really?
100%. Yeah.
Like unironically, like would you actually be like, okay, let's think about this. A person died in a fucking mansion, but the mansion's super cheap. Like, would you choose to live in there if somebody had said that dude's haunted and he's like a ghost and he fucking walks around? Like, would you believe it?
I mean, it depends. Like this guy that lived there, he just like passed away there. He didn't like, it wasn't like murdered. If there was like some violent murder that happened, I would definitely be like, meh. I don't know, but dude, that place was kind of like weird. Like all of my roommates had like weird shit happen. Like we would hear voice. We would hear like someone in the other room and like think that someone was home, or like someone walking in the kitchen. That was like always a thing that we would hear, and it was like a corner. It was a corner apartment, so like there wasn't like other like it wasn't like there was a wall right there and there was neighbors. Like the kitchen was like on the corner where there was nothing. Like just like the street was, and it was like on the 3rd floor, so it's not like there was like a street right there. It was very weird. Like I don't know, me and my 2 roommates and my roommate's like girlfriend who was there one time by herself, like all of us had experienced like weird shit like that where we like thought someone was home and there was no one home. So I don't know if that place was haunted, but dude, I don't know, I just think that like I don't know, it's a whole other conversation, but I do think that like I'm very much like, it's more fun to believe in like ghosts and aliens. I think
that's true. No, there's definitely like more fun to it, but I just like And you know, to be quite honest with you, I've never lived in a home where somebody was like murdered or something. Maybe if I actually experienced something like that and then fucking heard some noises, I'd be like, okay, I believe. Like, oh my god. But yeah, for the most part, I just don't feel. I feel like when I watch those movies, you know, where the house is haunted and there's like they're seeing like children walking around with knives, it's like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think that they're like evil most of the time. I don't think there's like ghosts that are like obviously we would know about it if there was ghosts that were like fucking killing people or something. But like I don't know, man.
There was
I think
an
that maybe they
exorcism
just like
performed right here in this room. Like, oh god, yeah.
yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot for me. Yeah, I don't know, man. I personally think that shit's, you know, at least to an extent, like kind of real, but who knows?
Yeah. No, it's
hard to
definitely fun
say.
believing as well. Like there's something just like fun.
I agree. Like I love horror movies and shit.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like I don't know,
There's
it's like
something fun
interesting.
about it.
I like asking people like that I don't know. I like being like, oh, have you ever had any paranormal experiences? Because like, you know, I feel like a lot of people are like they're like, I'm not really sure. Like that's how I feel. Because like at the time I was just like, this isn't really anything. It's fine. I'm sure we're all just like, it's probably just something with the house. There's like something rickety like going on. 'Cause it's like an old ass apartment and like. It just sounds like there's stuff shuffling around or like the cupboards are opening and closing or some shit. Like, you know, like weird stuff like that. The wind. That's always what people say. It's like, oh, there's a draft in there. I'm like, motherfucker, I didn't have AC. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I also feel like if you knew for a fact like you're in a home where there was like a murder or something, you'd probably just be more prone to like hearing things. You're just like always
Dude, exactly.
aware.
Like if you're like aware of it, then that's when you start hearing
that's a
things.
good
Like
point.
after I was like, it's not real, it's not real, it's not real. Like I just like started ignoring it. Then it never happened to me for like the last like 6 months that I lived there. So take that how you will.
Yeah. All right. Manic's last question was still have that rug.
Still have that? Oh, dude. No, I don't have it anymore. I had to give away a lot of my furniture because I when I moved, I just fit what I could in my car. But they're referring to this rug. Okay, let me ask you if this is weird. And you know, I ask you this as the resident floor sleeper of the current Discord call, right?
Yep.
You know, if let's say you're, you know, decorating your new home in a couple months, right?
Okay.
You're moving.
Yep. Yep.
You find like just a beautiful Persian rug, like beautiful pattern, very nice, like thick.
Like
not
at
one
a
of these fucking, like,
store
shitty.
or something? Like
I'll get there.
Okay.
No, I'll get there.
Go for it.
It's beautiful. It's like got a great pattern. It's thick. It's not one of these fucking IKEA or like Pottery Barn ones. Like you can tell there was some craftsmanship. Like this was like passed down in like a family. Like it's got some hardiness to it. But it happens to be rolled up and it's on the street.
Ooh.
Would you take this rug into your home? And it's, you know, it's a fairly busy street. So, you know, like, listen, you know that it hasn't been there for more than a day because you live right there and you just got home and you saw it. Somebody clearly just fucking threw this out and like just didn't have a place to put it.
This is the problem. So I'm allergic to cats. And I almost feel like whenever I see a rug that's out on the street, like there has to be cat piss just soaked in that somewhere. I just have a feeling that cats have been on it. When I think of rugs out on the street, I think of cats. I don't know, you know, that's probably completely just stupid. But I feel like that thing's gonna be dirty as hell, and I'm just like, no, I'm not bringing that in. Especially if there's any sort of cat fur. Like then I'm gonna be fucking having allergic reactions and shit. And I'm not going to go to a carpet cleaner and, you know, pay all that money.
That's one man's opinion.
Yeah.
And mine, I personally, well, I think you know what happened, but I took the rug.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Like, I didn't have any decor in my apartment.
Yeah,
like, it was empty. It was shitty. Like,
and you're saying it was beautifully designed. I'm also like, I just totally discounted everything you said about the beautiful design, and I'm just thinking of some shitty rug now. But
yeah, you're just thinking of some fucked up looking rug, but this was a nice one, and it was like, you know, not it wasn't bad.
Did it smell?
And then
like
it didn't smell. Okay. I did take my friend's shop vac to it, which is like one of those vacuums where you like spray it, you know, shop vac, right?
Those like
I
wet
did that.
vacuums kind of.
Yeah, exactly. It like sprays stuff into it and then soaks it back up, basically. Yeah. I used that, and then I vacuumed it a couple times. And look, I mean, I had that until I moved, and everyone was like, dude, you're gonna get bed bugs. Like you're gonna get, like, people always say like, oh my god, you have bed bugs because you fucking took a rug off of the street. No, man, I'm sorry. My dad's not some fucking Mr. Moneybags lawyer like you, pal, and you freaking have a 7-layer beautiful. Wait, I guess rugs don't have layers. You have a beautiful, I don't know, some kind of rug that's nice. Just pretend I said something funny.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably, I don't know, maybe if I had like my own little like place, you know, I'd be like, that'd be kind of cool. But I feel like I've just never had a place that's mine, you know, so I just don't really care to bring things in.
Here's the other thing about me is like, I love a deal, you know. I have a problem very much. Just love, you know, I love a deal, and getting something like that for free, just it tickles something in my brain, and it really it's great. I'm like, you know what? This is a rug that probably is worth hundreds of dollars. Got it for free, fixed it up a bit, good as new. Beautiful.
Okay, let me ask. You said you had a problem with just that in general of getting deals, or are you like a buy? Like, are you let me ask you this. Do you buy a lot of stuff from Amazon?
No.
Okay.
Never.
My older brother buys things like, I mean, he'll have like 6 packages a week like delivered to the.
Seriously, wow.
Like just random shit.
I'll get like I got a cat recently. I'll just get like stuff for him, I guess, like toys or like a cat tree. That's really the only thing I think I've bought there like this year. Honestly, I'm more of like, I'll go to like a thrift, like a Goodwill or like a thrift store, and I'll just like look at shit until I find something that I'm like, yo, this is actually like worth some money, and then I'll like just have it, even though I don't need it. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just like I'm not like a hoarder by any means, but I definitely like
you have a sense of style. Like you want to get like.
Oh, thank you. I'm flattered. Cool. Thanks.
No, I do think so. I think any man that wears sweaters. You wear turtlenecks occasionally, right? Or do you not?
I don't think so. No.
You should wear a turtleneck one day.
A turtleneck? Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I've never come out with merch, but like whenever I do, like I would love to have a turtleneck. Like who wears a turtleneck nowadays? You know?
I have not seen that. No, I don't think I've ever seen that in like public. I think I've only seen like Steve Jobs. I think that's the only person I've ever known to wear a turtleneck.
You know what would be like the most fashionable thing that like if somebody was just super confident they could pull off is a short sleeve turtleneck. Like, can you imagine how disgusting that would look? But just how like badass.
That no, I can't imagine that. Even if I try, I'm trying to, and I think my brain just won't allow me to. I don't think I'm ready. Like, I think if I imagined that, I would go insane.
Short sleeve turtleneck.
I know. Don't say it again. Right. Don't repeat it now.
Yeah. Here, let's take a quick break. I'm gonna go pee and then continue.
Okay, I'll do the same thing. 1 second. Are you there?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I've been back. I was just wondering. I was waiting for you. Have you been back?
I've been back for like 2 minutes.
Oh, that's really funny. I could probably go to like just before 4.
Okay.
If that's, I mean, I just extend it a tad if you're
totally cool.
Down. All right, sounds good. Like probably like 3:50. Probably gotta go.
All right.
Just got a thing at 4.
Okay, perfect. So that's is that an hour from now? Correct.
That's just about like 1 hour.
Okay,
yeah.
So like 50 minutes. 50-ish minutes.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. All right, it'll still pretty much be around the 2.5 hour mark. I'll start wrapping things up. Okay. All right, let's get it going. I have a question right here talking about the mustache. So if you're ready to go, we'll continue.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down. I'm ready to go. I don't think I finished that guy's question though.
Oh wait, what was it?
How do you feel about the evolution of your stream and chatters?
Oh God, yeah, I just skipped straight to the rug, didn't I?
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah.
All right, go for it. Okay, I'll ask it first, and then we'll.
Okay.
All right, here we go. How do you feel about the evolution of your stream and chatters?
This is Manic Marauder 7 that asked this, so I know I almost feel like it's a pointed question because like I don't know, man. There is kind of this like culture almost of like the older chatters kind of resent the like newer chatters.
Yeah.
I feel like the stream has grown to a certain extent, and I think that it's hard for like I don't know, maybe people just want like the more personal like one-on-one conversation. I don't really know exactly. I don't feel like the stream is different. I feel like I've always kind of just done the same thing. Like even when I watch back old videos and VODs, I'm like, yeah, this is pretty much the same. It's funny like that I just am like I don't know. It's always funny to me how similar it is to now. I'm just like, damn, this really isn't that different. But I don't know. I really don't think that I personally don't think that stream is that different than it was. Like people are like, "Oh, Will, your chat is like so fucking annoying. It's so like toxic or whatever." But I feel like that's always been the case. Honestly, it's just always been a lot of spam, a lot of rude comments. You know, it's kind of just what makes the world go round. I feel like it's always been that way, and maybe it always will be. I don't know. I'm fine with that. It's always I don't see it as that different. Like I don't think there's been that much of like a sharp change, but I don't know. Maybe people that were there see it differently.
It definitely gets harder, I think, as you just get more viewers. I mean, like, I've had streams where, consistently for a couple weeks, if I'm doing some more fun content, I'll be pulling like 200 some viewers, and I just can't read every message. Although, like, when you're, pulling below 100, when you're like, you can read every single message easily. And then there's like a point where it's like, okay, this isn't actually really possible. And then I can only imagine, 1,500 viewers, like you just can't. You just got to like let things go. And then when there's no accountability in the stream, like that's inevitably when like, things get a little bit more toxic. But yeah, I agree that it's kind of out of your control at that point. It's just like,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I try to keep like if there is toxicity, it's like, mostly just like jokes,
trolling,
like, I don't, if it's like serious, like mean spirited things towards like other people in the chat, I'm like, yeah, that's not cool. But I don't know, man. You're right. It's just like I can't read every message, and I would prefer not to.
Yeah, that's it. That it is a nice like cushion as well, because like when you are below 100 viewers, you have to read everything almost, or else it's like you're dodging it and you're like, oh fuck, like
that sucks. That's I'm just, damn brutal.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. And also viewers like want to find, like, they want something to complain about, I feel like. And I'm not trying to like, that's not every viewer, but there definitely are viewers that just love to
like, I don't think I'm not saying Manic Marauder is one of those people. Like, he still watches my stream.
I'm saying that. No, I'm kidding. No, Manic's a fucking king.
No, I love him. Yeah, he's a great guy. Some people say fuck Manic Marauder 7, but not me. You know what I mean?
A lot of people say that, but definitely not me. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, a lot of people do say that. Yeah, exactly. But just me personally, I don't think he's a great guy.
Yeah. Like, regardless of what others say about him behind his back. And right to his face too. Yeah. I'm not that guy though. Okay. Here's a interesting topic. Where did the mustache originate? I'm assuming above your upper lip, but you can.
That is where it did originate. Yes. I don't honestly, like, I don't know. I've changed the answer over the years just for like different jokes that I've said, but I really just like, I don't know, man. I think I just wanted to grow one at some point for one reason or another. Like, this is the serious answer is just like, I didn't like, I don't know, it was like a time where I was just like not caring that much about my appearance, to be completely honest. I was just kind of like, fuck it, I'm just gonna like do this.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I actually like the way this looks. Like, this is nice. I fuck with this. And then I just kept it. And then I really try not to have it be like a prominent part of like anything I do, just because it's kind of cringe. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Making that like, your thing. Or
like when it's like like when a guy's like, he's like having a beard is his whole personality, or like, it's just like, it's very cringe and like very like 2012 like Reddit, YouTube like type of person. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I really just don't want that. Yeah. Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
it's like fucking like epic mealtime era. I was like, having a mustache and having a beard is epic, and it's fucking manly. Like, it's like, I don't know. I just really it pains me because it's like, I don't know, man.
Because
it's
like not about that, but like everyone thinks it has to be about that. It's like,
it's like every guy that like is just like can't grow facial hair, he like just assumes that, he's just like, oh my, like that is a very late epic mustache, sir. And it's like, whether he's serious or not, I'm just like, God, man, I can't take it anymore. It's been 4 years of this. I don't want to talk about it. It's enough. Enough is enough. But yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of something that's like always going to be a thing, I think, as long as I have it.
And what's even worse? Like, you're at a good point where, I mean, people think, oh, like, it's Will, like he's, the mustache guy. But think about the other streamers that if they ever grow a mustache, now they're compared to you. They're like,
Oh
oh,
my
you're an
God,
itswill
dude, yeah.
clone. You're an itswill clone.
I
What
can
the
only
fuck?
imagine.
Like,
I mean, it's
damn.
bad enough for anyone that like starts streaming because they just hear that about, I'm sure, a lot of things. Like, I don't know. I think I streamed at a good time where like, things were starting to die down. The only person I was being compared to was like Bodhi or maybe like Hyphonics. He was like kind of
Are you actually compared to
on his
him?
way out.
Jesus.
Just because we both had mustaches, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. Now it's truly, yeah. I feel bad for anyone that has one. 'Cause it's just like that's probably half your chat. Because I mean, Lord knows those itswill chatters are fucking annoying. Am I right? Come on now.
Yeah. Have you ever considered growing out like anything else, like a goatee or anything?
It's not really, man. I just don't think it looks good. I don't know.
I mean, you've never tried it though. Like, what if? What if? Like, do you think? Okay, here's a honest to God question. Be honest. Do you think you can't now? Like, not can't like physically can't, but just you would get too much like bullshit from your viewers if you tried to switch anything up facial hair wise.
Interesting.
Like, would it be worth it? Is what I'm trying to say. Like, or are you just like fuck? Like, let's just not even go there.
I don't know, man. I mean, honestly, like, if I can be genuine, I really like. This is gonna sound weird, but like, I am at a point where I actually like the way that I look, which is gonna sound kind of contrived, but like, I always just didn't like the way I looked very much. But I don't know, like, I was like very like underweight a lot of my life, and like I'm like a healthy weight now, and I don't know, man. I just don't really want to change my appearance that much. Could I, if I like was like, I'm gonna grow a beard now? Not. I just think it would be fucking weird. I would just look goofy. I just think if you're skinny and you have a beard, you just look like, I don't know, man. It's a weird look. It's more for like, burly boys. Goatee, that's like in the middle where it's like,
dude, goatees are they're cool. I enjoy. I'm like right now I'm just growing a little bit of scruff everywhere again. But I had a goatee for like a couple weeks just last month. I kind of like it.
It's very early 2000s, which is I think is in right now. So I think it's in style to have a goatee. Yeah. I believe. Yeah, I could be wrong, but
yeah, maybe.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't. I would shave it honestly, but I don't think I would like get different facial hair.
Okay.
I think I might someday. It'd be kind of funny. I don't know.
See, I think what would be cool. This is just my own take because I, was clean shaven when I first started streaming. Went to the mustache, went to the goatee, went to like the full beard. And then I like went clean shaven last month and I tried to, do a bunch of other stuff. But what's cool is like if you do go clean shaven, just grow out the scruff for a couple weeks, see if you kind of are liking it, but then just go back to a mustache if you
5 o'clock shadow,
yeah, a little bit of that. I don't know. That's just me. It's simply because I enjoy the freedom of being able to like change up my look, which is kind of liberating in a way. But
that, yeah, I guess I see that. Yeah, I can see that as nice. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. That's the thing.
I do think you rock the mustache very nicely, though. I mean, that really is like, I don't know. It's like defining. It's like, like that's a good.
I appreciate it. Listen,
that's a good bearing. You know what I mean?
I mean, the YouTube comments will disagree.
Dude, YouTube comments can go to fucking hell. I'm not going to lie.
Mine actually aren't that bad. People always say YouTube comments are bad, but like, I think I've got this like perfect niche right now where it's like, anybody that really hates me I've already like done the like hide from channel thing.
They're still commenting, by the way. Every video they're commenting, you just have no idea. Nobody knows.
That's the best part. Hide from channel. For those who don't know, hide from channel is this shit you can do on YouTube where like if somebody's like just fucking saying like mean shit, you just hide them from the channel so they keep they're like shadow banned basically. They keep commenting, no one can see their comments. They can only see their comments. I can't even see their comments. And it's just like, now my YouTube comments are great because I probably just hid like hundreds of just mad people. I don't even know how to describe these people. Just angry people, I guess. I don't know.
Angry people. Know. Angry men just pissed off at everything. Yeah. No, that definitely is a beautiful feature. I didn't really use it for my first year of YouTube. And then, of course, when you started getting a little bit more traction where it's not just a complete like circle jerk of your fans, it's like, okay, shit, there's people coming in from the wild. They got to like start doing something.
You got to thin the herd a little bit. You got to.
Yeah, it's a good feature, though.
It's great.
All right. Uh, okay. You know what? Let's cover this one. So, well, let's cover this one first. Actually, Sekon asks, "What's your favorite body part?"
What?
I
Where?
I just thought it would be interesting to just ask you this. I saw it and I was like, that's just got to be a good, question. What's your favorite body part?
As you can see, I'm like
Okay.
looking at my hands right now. I'm like looking at my hands and like my like elbow and like examine. I don't know, man. Hands, I guess.
It is a weird. Yeah, I think hands are definitely my favorite.
Like if I could only have one, if I could be like a body part, I would be a hand for
Oh
sure.
yeah,
Like
I mean,
I'd be like a crawling hand for sure.
you ever thought
Because
about
like
like,
you can do most things.
yeah, dude. By the way, crawling hands. I mean, they have good mobility. Have you seen those fuckers in the Slayer Tower just wandering around? Like they
You
got
played Elden
great
Ring?
dexterity. I have
They're
played
fast
Elden
as
Ring, but I
fuck.
haven't like gone like really far in it. I kind of burnt
Got it. Yeah,
out.
there's crawling hands in that game. They're fast as fuck. They're deadly. Listen, I would be like crawling hand is sick. I'd 100% be that.
It is crazy to think like, I don't know, just the evolutionary like. I don't want to go too deep into this, but a hand is weird, dude. Like, I don't know. I'm just looking at my hand now. Like, you got me looking at my hand. I'm just like, Jesus, this thing's crazy. It's powerful.
No, I think it's normal. Personally, I think it's actually not even a big deal to me to have a hand. I've had one like my whole life almost. So
Born with it.
yeah, it's really to me. It's like I don't even think about it as like a big deal. It's like pretty casual.
All right, we got a topic from Mock. He asks, "What's it like leading a cult? Did you know?"
Yes.
Oh, here, let me read the rest. I'll just go into it. Did you know that you're a mod in TpapaSLICE's stream? He's the self-proclaimed biggest itswill fan this side of the Mississippi. I don't know which side that is. What do you enjoy to do outside of the internet? And can you give us a rundown of your favorite foods in your life? I love these questions, the last two especially.
All right, let me go through here. It was like leading a cult. It's nice, man. Honestly, I like it. It's it's a little community. We got the doctors, the lawyers, the artisans. It's great. I'm very. It honestly, on a side note, it really does shock me, like the professions that people that watch my stream have. There's an It's Will viewer who's like, hey, Will, I just passed the bar, and I'm like, dude,
Jesus.
like I would literally rather just go to prison for life than have a It's Will viewer as my lawyer. Anyway, what was the other? Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to run a cult. I like it. Did you know that you're a mod in TpapaSLICE's stream? He's a self-proclaimed biggest It's Will fan this side of the Mississippi. I don't think he is.
Okay, that is accurate. I don't think he is the biggest fan, but I had TpapaSLICE on the Sae Bae cast, and he did. You might have heard this before, but when he started streaming to 0 people when he just first started going live, he would read your chat and respond to messages directed at you. He would read those alone in his stream to just talk.
I mean, it's really smart, honestly.
Yeah, that's
I
five
encourage
head, but
other
that's
people
like,
to do that.
holy
Like,
shit, I could never do that, but that's 5 head.
no, I mean, that's the thing is like it's a smart idea, but like of all the chats, you picked probably the worst one on the entire website. He's probably sitting there like most of the stream, being like, "Come 7, come 7, come 7." And it's just like that's probably 80. I don't know. I haven't watched, but that is funny to me. Like I don't know. I would argue that like maybe Snoopy or even Cloud Wizard,
Yeah,
wins that title. Maybe Saint type. There's other people that probably win the title for the.
yeah.
Also, I don't like fan. That's weird to me. That susses me out.
Isn't that a strange feeling? I mean, but to be honest, it's real though. I mean, I've popped into many streams.
I say viewer. I think
That's a
viewer
better,
is
yeah,
better.
that's a better term, 100%. But they will say they're a fan, so just keep that in mind. But
Perhaps.
I have browsed the old school section, and I've actually come across a handful. I'm talking like one full handful of streamers that seriously, I mean, I watch their stream and I'm like, holy shit, like they're literally like trying to be you in not like a weird way where I'm gonna judge them for it, but like they just enjoy you as a streamer so much they want to emulate some of the things you do, and it's like, I don't know. I would say you actually do have fans. As cringe as that is to say, you have fans. I mean, people love watching your stream, and then they get inspired to stream themselves.
I like that you said that you like don't look down on them for that, because I do think it is kind of, I don't know.
Oh,
Like,
I
people
would
do
yeah.
do that, but yeah, I don't know. Everyone's like influenced in some way by stuff that they watch, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
It's you know what is cringe?
Even
is
just like my
blame
vocabulary, like
Yeah,
my
yeah.
vocabulary is just like shit that like fucking Bodhi and like Pioneero were saying in like 2014. You know what I mean? Like, legitimately, like I'll still to this day say like I'm trying to think. I don't know. People say like humble, for example, or like I'm just trying to think of like words that like I got into my vocabulary from watching RuneScape streams, like scuffed, and then I started saying scuffed.
Yeah.
It's in like in my real life in like 2015, I would use the word scuffed, and people would be like, "What does that mean? Like, what are you talking about? Like, that's nobody says that." I don't know. I just think that it is some to some extent it is just out of your control sometimes.
It is. Oh yeah, no, I mean that's literally language in and of itself is just other like your environment basically. If you watch a lot of a streamer, you're gonna start picking up stuff that they do and say. It's just inevitable. Yeah, I say pog. Like I actually unironically say that. I don't
You
really
say
go out
pog?
much, but I will say pog to like my brothers, and they're not real big Twitch watchers, so they're like, what? Like they don't even know what BTTV is, so they're like, what? What's pog? Yeah.
I don't know. You'd get crucified back in the day for that. Like I remember, there's like people used to think it was cringe to like even say emotes out loud, you know. But
Yeah.
nowadays on Twitch, it's very accepted to say poggers.
Yeah, it's not weird, champ, at all.
Yeah, it's not weird, champ. It's like pretty poggers to say like poggers. Now it's like ironic, I think, though. Like
I know,
I will say poggers. Like I don't even have poggers enabled in my chat. Like
Poggers,
but I'll say it because it's just
poggers
like so
sucks.
funny. Yeah, no, it's a terrible emote, but it's funny to say for sure. I love saying poggers.
Like poggies is like twice as good as poggers.
Poggies.
Yeah, poggies.
Yeah,
That's the
I
one
know
with the hands
poggies.
up. The
Oh, yeah,
poggers
like
is
hypers.
just a big ass face with a mouth open. Like nobody cares.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah. Okay. What do you enjoy to do outside of the internet? In fact, let me ask you this as well, just to add on. What do you do on your day off? Because you do say you try to avoid like just being on Twitch and stuff.
I don't know. It depends on what day. I mean, I don't do the same thing every week, but I try to like at least like go out and get food because like I usually don't have time to do that during the week. So I like go to like, you know, get like ramen or like sushi or like Korean barbecue or something. And then I like to go to the movies. It's like I love movies, so that's a big one for me. I just like to see whatever's out. Honestly, I'm not like I'm fine with even watching like bad movies, 100%.
Oh, damn.
Unless it's just like, I don't know. I won't watch like fucking like bad movies like Marvel and shit. Like I'll watch like bad like horror movies, I guess, are fun, you know? Like
something that's like indie sort of like
yeah, something that's like it's bad but like in a fun way, not in just a way where I'm like this is like feels like I'm being brainwashed. Just like kind of feels like propaganda for something. I don't know. I can't explain it, but it's just like
I feel that a little bit.
yeah. I love watching movies, so I even do that like at home. But I said this earlier, I like to honestly just like go to Goodwill and just look for shit. Like, I don't know why, but that's just like weirdly cathartic. And sometimes I'll like find something cool and it'll just be like, this made my day 100%. Like, happy now.
Yeah. That's cool.
That's most of my days off. Like, really, I don't do much. Like, I don't like go like skydive, you know? I'm not like, I don't like, I wish I could say I do cool stuff, but not really.
Let's say this. In the last like 4-ish years since you've streamed, what is the best, like, what's the most crazy, I guess, day off you've had? Like, did you do anything like crazy?
God, dude, I don't know. I mean, look,
I mean, I'm asking the question. I don't do fucking anything, so like,
yeah,
no judgment.
I mean, I don't know. I've like gone to shows, I guess. Like after COVID, I wanted to go to like shows again. That was fun.
You ever go to festivals?
No. I don't really like. I might get crucified for this one, but I don't really like electronic music live.
Yeah.
I love listening to it, but I just don't really see the point of like going to see it in person. I'm more of like, I don't know. That is always confusing to me, but
crucify them, boys. No, I'm kidding.
I've like gone like so when I lived in Oregon, like there was a like you could go to the coast. I'm sure you know this. Like you lived there. Like you know about Tillamook and stuff. You know,
Oh
it's a
yeah,
nice area.
Tillamook Cheese Factory.
Yeah, dude.
Free
So like
fucking cheese.
yeah, I would like go to Tillamook, little cheese factory, go to the coast. There's like really nice hikes and like
Yeah.
I started getting like foraging,
Ooh.
which is like just like looking for like identifying like mushrooms when you're hiking. It's pretty fun, you know.
Yeah.
I had a little like pocketbook and I'd be like, oh, that's a lion's mane. That is a, you know. I don't know. That was fun. Like I really I don't do any like crazy shit, but like that was something I got into. It kind of sucks now because I live in the desert and I can't do that anymore. So
Yeah.
and now I look at it like longingly, but it was just something I like got into for like 2 weeks and I was like, fuck, man.
Did
I
you
wish I could do
ever?
that now.
I'm assuming you went to Voodoo Donuts. What's your? I know that's very like 2010ish, but like, what are your thoughts on Voodoo Donuts? You like them?
I don't like them, man. I gotta be
They're
honest.
always stale,
And like
but they are
I'm a
very
donut
sweet.
guy.
You are a donut guy,
It's my favorite dessert in the whole world.
and you
And like
don't like Voodoo. Interesting.
yeah. I mean, I used to live well, I listen, this kind of is a dead giveaway of where I live, but I lived near like Randy's Donuts in LA, which is like the one with the like giant donut on top of it, you
Isn't
know,
that
like
The
it's in like
Simpsons?
movies and stuff.
Wait,
Yeah, like
what's the
it's
Simpsons
referenced
one?
in The Simpsons.
Okay.
I think it's referenced in The Simpsons a lot. I don't know. But it's like it's pretty famous. It's like the first place to have like the giant donut on top. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like pretty
Lard
but
Lads.
that
That's what it
place.
says. That's what it is in The Simpsons.
Yeah,
Lard
yeah.
Lads.
I'm pretty sure it's based off Randy's. I don't know.
Okay.
There's definitely some no, never mind. I'm not gonna say that. I was gonna say there's some lard lads there. That's really fucked up. I'm so sorry. There's not. No, there's not. I was kidding.
There's none.
But no, yeah, like I'm like I love donuts. And like that's not I don't think that's like a, you know, snobbish donut place. It's just like a pretty standard like,
Yeah.
you know,
They don't try to
like
reinvent the wheel. It's just like quality,
yeah.
probably.
I would say like that's more of like a blue collar donut where I feel like Voodoo is like trying to be like hip
Way
and
too hard.
trendy.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just like too much, man. Like it's like too much. Like I'm okay with that to an extent, but it's like, dude, like all the donuts at Voodoo Donuts are like, all right, it's a fucking penis and it's shooting
Come.
jizz like frosting out of the front of it.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
why I
you
thought
bite.
I would bring that up because I thought you would have liked that maybe.
I mean, I
Cock
was
and
like,
balls. That's what it's called.
yeah, of course, yeah, the cock and balls, of course. But it's like, I don't know, man. It's like I'm just trying to have a donut, you know.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to
that's
like,
fair.
I don't need the theatrics of like a little like voodoo guy who's like jelly filled and the jelly is like blood, and it's like what the fuck is like, just
Yeah.
it doesn't taste good at the end of the day. It's like
Yeah.
you can do all that, but it's like
The one that really
that sucks.
I love the dirt donut. It's just the Oreo one. Like
I don't think I had that one. I don't know. I
that
went there
thing.
once and it was enough for me. Where I was like, you ever go to Pips?
No, I don't think so.
That's like a pretty good spot there
Okay.
if you're in the, yeah, it's kind of also touristy in a way, but I think it's actually good. They make like little like bite-sized, like they almost taste like little like they're donuts, but they're more like I don't
Donut
know, kind of
holes?
like
They're not holes.
it's
Are
a
they?
donut hole,
Okay.
yeah, it's a donut hole, but it's essentially it tastes kind of like a almost a churro. It's
Oh,
pretty
okay.
good. Yeah, it's made out of something, I don't know,
Yeah,
but that shit's good as hell.
I've been to a dedicated churro place one time in my life, and holy shit, that was amazing.
That sounds like it goes off, yeah.
I would honestly say that like the best churro you can have would probably be better than the best donut I could have. I would maybe say that. No,
That is nuts.
the reason I say that is because like there's so much more going on with a churro. There's more texture, there's more crunch, there's more I don't know, but it's not like as doughy. There's something about it, and I'm obsessed with cinnamon, like cinnamon sugar. Oh my god.
You're out of your mind, man.
No, and who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm mistaken. But that churro, like, holy, if I don't crave donuts as much as I crave a churro occasionally, especially
I
Nutella
crave
filled.
donuts constantly. And guess what? They fucking opened a Randy's Donuts in Las Vegas like a week ago. So
Oh shit!
I'm going to that shit this weekend.
Hell yeah. Okay, so just expanding on this, his last question is: can you give us a rundown of the favorite foods in your life? So what about like normal food? Like you said, like you mentioned Korean barbecue and ramen and stuff. Do you like seafood?
I love seafood. Yeah, like yeah, like sushi's like my favorite.
Are you there?
I don't know what's going on.
Do you need to restart your computer? Do you think?
I might just hard reset it. Like it's literally like I don't think I've had this before. It's like frozen. Where like
Okay.
It's like the frame at Volcano, I'm frozen. The call's frozen.
You can also just try to like permanently close out of Discord. Sometimes Discord freaks the fuck out, but you can do a hard reset if you want. Just
Yeah, I can't even do anything just because it's like fully like
all
I
right.
can't. I'm trying to control delete. I might just hard reset the whole thing.
Cool. Just give me a call when you're done.
Okay.
All right.
You can keep this in. Honestly, it's kind of like it gives like kind of it's kind of a peek behind the curtain. You know, you get to see like how the sausage is made.
All right, I'll consider it.
All right.
I'll see you soon. Yo, welcome back.
Did it just like join like 5 times? That was weird.
No.
And something is up with the PC. I don't know. Something's bad. That's all right. I don't know. It just froze. It's certainly not good. I think it'd just be like a one-off kind of thing.
Hopefully. I've had that happen. I think it's because of Discord usually when like I'm recording on OBS for a few hours. I think like Discord starts freaking the fuck out with long calls.
Yeah, it could be that.
Yeah.
Temperature's looking good. The load, it's looking good. The fan speed looking good.
Hell yeah.
Clock looking good. All right, let's continue.
All
I'm
right.
good.
Okay. We were talking about favorite foods.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, honestly, like sushi is just like my go-to, man. I found it. The thing about like it's weird, like I wouldn't expect this, but like living in Vegas versus Oregon, like I think it's because the hospitality like industry is like so massive. There's like so many like hotels and shit that like the quality of like food that they get here is just crazy good. Like I feel like the sushi I have here is like better than like the average sushi I had when I lived in Oregon, which is like on, pretty close to the sea.
Mm-hmm.
Which I just find odd.
I don't know.
It's nuts, dude. It's like so good here, but yeah, I mean sushi's the number one. I like I like Korean barbecue. We talked about that. Lately I've been really into like soon tofu. It's like this like soup type thing that like it comes with a lot of Korean barbecue places. But that shit's amazing. One of my favorites, ramen. I just love food, man.
Yeah.
The more I start talking, the more I'm like, goddamn. Yo, do you like Hawaiian food?
Dude, I went to Hawaiian barbecue like 4 days ago.
Good, okay. Because like a lot of people when I ask, they're just like Hawaiian food. No, like I don't. Do you mean like L&L? I'm like, no, dude. Like you gotta get like, I don't know. There's just
well, to be honest, the Hawaiian it's a Hawaiian barbecue, so it's like I don't know. They had like this lava chicken, and I got like that, and they just have like their basic mac they put on it with rice, and then like
mac salad, amazing.
Yeah,
like
that shit, dude. Like if you're hungry and you get a Hawaiian barbecue, like they will load you up like that.
That's what I'm saying. Is like the portions are just nuts,
Crazy.
Dude. Like it's easily 2 meals every time.
Every time.
It's like it's one of my favorites. Like especially as of late, it's like nuts.
Dude, Hawaiian time. You went there? Those are in Oregon, right? You ever been there?
I don't think so.
Dude.
No, there was like a lot of like small local places, but I don't think I went to Hawaiian time.
Hawaiian time's mac was like beyond S tier. It was
really
just you would basically it was basically like eating Lucky Charms as a kid, where you just have to pick out the marshmallows. Almost as like I have a big portion of rice, big portion of mac, and the meat, and it's like, dude, I have to like savor the mac because there's a little bit less than the rice, So I'm like picking like. It's like a mind game going in my head. Like I got to keep a significant amount of mac toward the end,
I 100% know what you're saying.
Yeah.
And this whole conversation is making me very hungry. I will also say that.
Yeah. I got Indian food in the fridge, like for the leftovers. I'm fucking.
Well, that's great for you, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, hell yeah, it's very great for me. All right.
Just getting really mad, like just being like, congratulations, man. I'm hungry over here, and you're sitting here with a delicious, succulent Indian meal waiting for you. Wow, congrats.
Dude, Indian food, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I really gave it a chance until this past year. It's
a lot of people don't. Honestly, I will say like they have it the most figured out of like any.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I think so.
I would say regional food, like it really is just like so consistently amazing. Like everywhere I've had it. Yeah,
and I love spicy. Do you love spicy?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, like they crank the heat up, but it's not like to the point of unbearable. You're just like crying.
No, it's not like unenjoyable.
Yeah,
it's good.
Perfect heat.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Let's cover this topic. Okay, so actually maybe we won't cover that one. I'm like looking through. There are so many random ass topics that I'm like kind of scared to.
You're scared to traverse?
Yeah, a little bit.
Do you want me to pull up I can pull up the thread if you want. I can
pull
look
up
at
one.
it.
Let's hear it
Let
from
me
you.
see.
See if you like
Let's
any.
see. Let's see what we got. This guy said any pounders. Any pounders?
Any pounders?
EVscape said no question, just he's very handsome. Wow, thank you. That's very sweet. That's
EVscape's a
quite
king.
kind. He's great. He's a great guy.
Oh,
Let's see
here. I got a really good one. I just found one.
Okay.
This is from a cold one. Non-OSRS question. How is the dynamic of living with someone who also live streams for a living, let alone the same category?
I don't know. I like it. I mean, I don't know. Thing is, like, I think it's nice because being a streamer or just like content creator in general, I do feel like it's very much like something that is not understood by many people, and I think it's like nice to like, I don't know, like obviously like I love Hannah, like, and I mean, on top of it, it's just nice to have someone that understands what I do for a living, you know what I mean? Like, and it like relates to it. She's been streaming longer than me, so she like has advice for like a lot of things. It's just like, I don't know, it's great.
Cool.
I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's honestly like very nice because I think a lot of people that are content creators, it's like very hard to relate to for other people because it's just like, I don't know, especially when you like make your own hours, people are like, just think that means that you're like always free. Like you can just be like, oh yeah, you just do whatever you want whenever you want, right? It's like not particularly, but I don't know, it's nice because it's always good to have someone to like not only bounce ideas off of, but whenever it's like not going good, it's like always nice to have someone that's like experienced and is just like understands and is obviously like supportive. So I don't know. I think it's great. I mean, I wouldn't trade it for the world.
I listened to the Based After Dark episode with Hannah, and she was saying like there's pros and cons obviously to like revealing your relationship status online.
Oh yeah.
But what are your what are your thoughts on that? I'm just like curious. Like do you kind of like potentially regret it, or do you just find it like more pros than cons in just revealing that you're in a relationship with another streamer?
I don't really like mind it at all. Just I personally am like I don't think it was my decision to make because I feel like it maybe affects her more than it affects me. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Like it's just like, especially, I don't know, man. I don't make it like, I don't know. It's hard to answer because I'm just like, I don't feel like it was my decision to make. Like I was fine with it either way, but I was more just worried because I didn't want to be responsible if people were like, you know, because like I don't know, man. You know when like when Pokemon got like a boyfriend, people were like, I can't believe you lied and misled people. Like I don't. It's like I didn't want people to be like that, and I'm just like, dude, I don't want people to be like horrible to her just because like she's like uncomfortable. But I honestly like think that it's respectable if someone wants to keep their private life private. If someone like is okay with sharing that, then that's fine too. But it's just like I don't know. I think it's like much more her decision to make because she is like more like obviously people just hate women online a lot and will take any reason to get mad at them. So people just get mad at me for like saying something stupid or like, you know, being like not knowing the capital of a state, you know, like it's not like the stakes are very low for me. I feel like,
that's just nature. I feel like it's so much, I don't know. At least how I see it, it's so much more difficult to be like a female streamer online with the bulk majority is just a bunch of dudes.
I don't know. And also dude, it sucks because it's like, it's not even like one of those things where like people will like consider that when they're, I don't know. I feel like, cause there is this like idea on Twitch where like women like have it easier. When in reality, like, I think there's like of the top 50 streamers, there's like one female and it's Amaranth. Like,
Jesus.
I think it's like literally like one. I think it's like Pokemon doesn't stream as much now. So like people have this idea where it's like, oh, you just have it easy if you're a female. But it's like the actual reality is it's incredibly hard. You get harassed 10 times the amount. There's like always like I'm pretty sure like every female content creator I know has like at least a fucking stalker or just like someone that is constantly harassing them. Like
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know, man. It's so much. It's not even close. It is night and day with like my experience on this platform, where it's just like, I don't know. I get people being like, you look like a pervert, shave. Like that's like nothing. Like
That's like the
I don't even
extent.
see it. Yeah, it's like I've seen it so many times it doesn't even register in my brain. Like it's like I can't care if I tried at this point. It's like I don't know.
Let me extend on that a little bit. Just like the building up of like not a wall, but just building up your like defense almost. Like being a streamer initially is very vulnerable. You have no idea what people are gonna think. You're also like not doing great inevitably at the beginning. So there's just a lot of like confidence issues. But like I don't know, what have you seen where it just comes to like building that just tolerance to just random internet trolls? Because it eventually gets to the point where, like you said, you just fucking ignore it. You're like, I don't care about you. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, I don't know. The funniest thing about this question is like, I remember like my first ever stream. Like, I was like thinking in my head, like, what if someone I know sees this? Which is just like, in retrospect, the funniest thought of all time.
Yeah.
Like, that someone I know in real life is going to be like scrolling 80 pages down on the old school RuneScape section to find like, that's so funny, man. Just thinking that I actually was like worried about that is hilarious.
Yeah.
But
To be fair, it's
don't
actually
know.
happened to me. I mean,
Has it really?
I've had people like organically find my stream. To be honest, I think it's partly to do with maybe word of mouth, that maybe they heard from a friend that I'm a streamer, and then they like went and did their like, you know, search.
Oh, got it.
But like, yeah, when they pop in, it's just like, okay, this is my work hours at this point. Like, I don't treat this like a casual stream. So please don't dox me with your messages. And I have to like make it very clear, because this has happened multiple times. I have to make it very clear when they enter and they say they know me, like, okay, I will message you after the stream and we'll talk then. Like, not now, please. Because like,
No, I totally get that. Yeah, I'll usually just like whisper someone if I see it. There's been like probably 3 times where there's been someone that like knows me in real life. They're like, "Oh, Will, like, what's up, dude?" I'm like, "Oh, fuck," and I like go DM them like, "Hey, please don't say any like personal information, because there will be people that will try to get it out of you. Like, you're probably getting whispered right now by someone. Like, I don't know.
God, yeah, it's gotten to that point for you probably, where people are like genuinely
Dude, like, my buddy that like I knew from like middle school like found my stream, and like I was like, oh dude, like of course, like I'll like VIP'd him or something, because like I don't know, he's just old friend, right? And so then like, dude, he's like told me, he's like, yeah, people have like messaged me like offering me like, money or like RuneScape items to like give your personal information. I'm like, dude, why do you even want that? Like, you're not gonna like hack me if that's what you want, but if you just want to know, that's even weirder. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
So here's a question of my own: is what did your parents or people that knew what you were doing getting into streaming, what did they think before, and then what did they think now? Like,
I think I have a very unique experience with this, where like my dad was like supportive of it, which is very funny, because like I think he just like I think the thing about him is he just doesn't really give a shit as long as like I'm not asking him for money, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's like, he was just kind of at a point where he's like, yeah, I mean, if you have savings, like I remember talking to him about like trying it full time, and he was like, you absolutely should. Why not? You know, if you have money like saved up, you know, you can live for that off a couple months, and if not, then you can find a job. And I was just like, fuck, man, this is not the answer that I expected.
yeah.
My dad's like an absolute chiller, though. My mom just didn't even know. She like she doesn't understand it. I remember explaining it to her, and she's like, yeah, I know what you do. I kind of get it, but what I don't understand is she's like, what I don't understand is why anyone would give you money for that.
It literally still makes no sense to me. Even.
I'm like, yeah, well, dude, my dad texted me. I don't know if you saw this on Twitter, but there is one of my mods like runs. Well, it's like a few mods like share the account, but it's like itswill unhinged, and it's like just fucking random. I don't know if you're familiar with the account, but it's just like a Twitter account. They just post like clips or like screenshots or something. Yeah. But they like posted some like video of me, and the caption was like, when my dad. Well, I'm trying to think of what it was, but it was just like my dad like walks in on me watching hentai on the PSP web browser. Oh, and so my dad texts me, and he's like, it's like this angry reaction gif of Samuel L. Jackson like glaring at the camera. And my dad says, I had to look up what hentai was.
Oh my god. Oh my god, dude.
But the reason I'm telling you this was the next message. I said, I'm so sorry that you did that. And he responds, yes, some things in life should always remain a mystery. And then he said, congrats on the Sae Bae podcast! Exclamation mark. You must have saw that on my Twitter that I retweeted.
Oh
I don't know.
fuck, man.
So funny, man.
That's awesome. No,
He's a fan. He's a
that's
fan of the cast, I guess.
that's humbling.
Unofficial.
Humbling. Yeah, my dad was like my dad's like pretty chill when it comes to like streaming and stuff. I mean, initially he
Yeah.
was like just live your life, you're going to do what you're going to do, whatever. But yeah, a couple months in he's like, "All right, aren't you thinking of like going back to school or getting a job or something?" I'm like, "Fuck, god damn it, like this isn't going as quick as I had anticipated, I thought streaming would just kind of naturally take it. It did eventually, but it just took months. But
yeah, it happens. But
Yeah.
no, I'm glad. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I think I'm like one of the only people that can say that, honestly, because I do feel like it's the natural response. I honestly think it's just because like I'm the youngest, and my dad's just like,
just
I
so
have two
chill,
kids,
yeah.
and they're fine. Yeah, I'll experiment a bit with this one. He can just do whatever. Like, fuck it. I'm not gonna like try to baby him about it. Like, I don't know.
Was there anybody that like I don't know, just thought it was silly that you were doing that at any point?
Dude,
or for the
funny
most part,
enough,
just like,
I remember one time like I lived with two guys, and like they were both like super, they were like they somewhat got it once they were like, oh, you can like pay his rent off this, like it's crazy. And I remember like the two of my best friends, and one of his buddies was like over, and I remember he was like, they told me after that he was just like, why is he doing that? Like he's gonna just like not be able to, in a year from now he's gonna not be able to make money, and then he's just gonna like have no work experience. It's gonna like he's not gonna have a career or something. And, like that's like my one petty thing that I do is just that's my one petty is just this fucking kid that was like, I don't know,
just thought he had everything figured out.
Dude, that shit, I don't know. I don't like to be like petty like that, but that shit is like, that's my one where I'll ask my like friend I used to live with, like, yo, so how's Matt doing?
That's awesome though, because like you really can't say much initially, especially if it was like behind your back and you realize that it was said. It's like you almost just, I don't know, it's something innate in us humans, just like I just want to fucking just show them like you didn't know shit, man. But that's
I mean, I honestly, it's fine. He's the problem is he's right, and like I got very lucky, and like I don't know, it's just like some people don't get lucky, and they just like, but I don't know. I mean,
I mean,
this happens.
To be honest, I mean, luck is always involved in some aspect, but there's so many controllable variables, like just being consistent, being like putting all your energy into your stream and stuff, and like building connections. Like I would not say that luck was at all even close to a majority of your success. I think a lot of it's just hard work, to be honest. And you might
agree to disagree.
You might not even think it's hard work, but like, dude, there is something special about being an entertainer. Like, have you seen people that like go, okay, like for example, like have you ever watched like those dating shows on Twitch where like just random people will call in and just some random dudes on the internet will be like on a little dating show. They've never even been on like, I'm thinking
like Raj Patel.
Yeah, like that, or I'm even thinking of CuteBot, this streamer that does this speed dating. Yeah. Anyway, there's people that go on and they cannot take themselves, like they take themselves so incredibly seriously that it's just like incredibly cringe to watch them be made fun of because they just take it so hard, where they're like their whole ego is shattered. It's like, dude,
interesting.
I think
you can't let that get to you. I don't know. It's just the thing is being online though. Like everyone's gonna be like a
jerk.
I guess maybe I'm just jaded at this point, but I just think that maybe I feel like more people feel this way. But like, yeah, I guess people really do. They do take that to heart if it's like not something they're experienced with.
You can launch any piece of OSRS content into the sun. It will never be seen again, and everyone... I already know where this is. I already know what it is you're going to say. And everyone will forget it ever existed, including all memories associated with it. What piece of content are you picking?
What do you think I'm going to say?
Volcano, 100%.
Oh, wow.
Is it not?
I thought you thought I was gonna say like Iron Man or something like
No,
that.
no, no.
I was
definitely
like,
100%
nah,
thinking
okay.
Volcano because it's just a piece of shit
No,
content.
it's
Okay, what
it's
is
so irrelevant. I wouldn't even bother, honestly.
What is it then?
I have an answer for this.
Okay.
I would say like what year was that? Like 2008 HD RuneScape needs to like that. I wish that never happened because it sucked. It looked terrible. All of the cool items were just ruined.
Oh, you're
And
talking about like actual 2008, like the year 2008
yeah,
when things changed.
yeah.
Okay.
Like when they changed the game to like be HD, like that
Yeah.
was like the worst. I think that looked absolutely awful, and I think people have just like the worst nostalgia for that, even though at the
Yeah.
time no one liked it. I stopped playing legitimately. I remember
I
being a
did
kid
too.
and being like, okay, the fire cape looks like dog shit now, like this thing that I wanted really bad and finally got, they ruined it. And then it's
Yeah.
like the fucking dragon scimitar looks like a kitchen knife. Your character fucking runs like Carl Weezer. Like the crystal bow it's terrible. Just the
Yeah.
worst game. Like it looks like I don't even. It looks like a mobile game, honestly. And I know it's like ironic
Yeah.
now that
It's
old
not
school is
good.
like on mobile.
Have you
But
seen RS3 though? I mean, people's like their arms touch their toes. Their hands are touching their toes. Their arms are so long,
I
unnecessarily
don't think
long.
I've even seen it, to be
Dude,
honest.
it's
No,
terrifying. Everything looks the exact same too. Everything just looks like fucking
I
Toontown.
don't mind like the 117 scape, like the new
They
HD.
did a perfect job. Like
Yeah,
probably the most perfect you could do with like keeping the feel as well.
it's like a texture pack. It's like Minecraft. It's
Yeah.
good. I think it's exactly like a good thing, and it's just like toggleable. I don't use it, but I at least like seeing stuff with that on. Like it looks. I like the lighting and shit. But yeah, dude, that fucking 2008, like when they made it HD, I wish that just never existed because it's just like cause I hate it. I hate it. It sucks.
That's
And
fair.
one of my favorite things about RuneScape is just like the art style and the graphics. So
Yeah.
to me, that would be it.
Okay. Yeah. Now thinking about it, Volcano definitely is just like a little needle in a haystack compared to that. That's a way bigger
It's just
update.
irrelevant,
Yeah.
dude. It's so trash.
Okay. Will, I have two final questions for you to wrap things up.
Okay.
First one is, where do you see yourself in 5 years from now, or where would you like to be?
Um, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm very happy with where I am now. Like for the record, I really this is like pretty much what I desire is just be able to go live, play RuneScape, play whatever else I want, and people like enjoy it. You know what I mean? Which is
Mhm.
very I don't know. It's just like good for me because I don't know. Like I like doing variety streams once a week at least. I might do two a week now that I'm done with Zuck Helm. Of course, now Raids 3 is coming out, so I'm not actually going to do that, but. Maybe once Raids 3 dies down, I'll go back to two variety streams a week. But yeah, I don't know. It's just as long as people are just enjoying watching what I'm doing, I'm happy. And I don't know, man. 5 years, like that's a long fucking time. I guess I'd
Yeah.
like to get one of those YouTube plaques. I don't know. Like what the fuck do people say?
Ooh.
I don't know. I'm just kind of and I'm enjoying the being
I
doing what
think
I'm doing right now. So
I think that's a good state to be in. Is like you already are doing the thing you want to be doing in 5 years. You know.
yeah, that's the thing is like I wouldn't change anything if I could. So it's just kind
Yeah.
of one of those things where I'm like I'm pretty content. You know, things keep going the way they're going. It's fine, dude. It's good. Good for me.
Hell yeah.
Um yeah, I think that's my answer.
Okay. Last is kind of a question, but I'm asking for 3 shout outs from the community. 3 people, doesn't have to be the top 3, just 3 that you think are deserving of a little shout out and why.
3 people.
Yeah.
God damn. This
I
is
did
tough.
not ask Will this beforehand. This was just like straight up on the spot. Good luck.
Yeah, I was not expecting this. Thanks for that. You're really putting me on the spot. Um I mean, I do want to say he started streaming fairly recently, like more consistently. I'm gonna say Clipper. Just like I mean, a guy that's like been in my stream for a long time, not only, but he's just like been around the community. I think a lot of people probably know him. But Clipper, I think it's Clipper with 2 R's on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Give a stream a watch. I think he has like 48 pets now. So he's like he's an insane gamer, like grinder, good at PKing, just all around great guy. I'd give him a shout out. Um, let's see, 2 others. I'm trying to think of people that are like, um, I mean, you're not making it easy on me. You know what I mean? You're not making it easy. I'm gonna say Port Hazard.
Probably. Oh
Probably.
yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, that guy, I fucking subbed to him on YouTube like a few months ago, like when he did it. I can't remember what he did. He did like, I think it was level 3 Fire Cape, but like again with like a different method.
Yep.
Was that what it
Yep.
was? Yeah.
Yep.
That shit was fucking one of the most insane things I've ever seen in my life. Guy's a gamer. Just, I mean, I don't know him personally, but I mean, massive respect. Love the guy. It's crazy to see just like night and day. Like, that's why I always say, like, yeah, I consider myself to be like not that good at the game. You know, like I'm average.
Kings.
It's
like
because
doing.
There's fucking, yeah, like him, Gem or like GE Challenge M, you know, that guy.
Yep.
You know, like obviously everyone knows Cold One.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll give Cold One the third shout out just because, you know, he's joined the dark side. He's started playing a main. That's my guy right there. I don't know, just another one of those people where I'm like, people watch him for like insane gameplay, but he is legitimately just a super funny guy. Like if you watch a stream, I'm genuinely like surprised sometimes where I'm like, damn, this guy's like, I would just think he would be like a robot. Yeah, I would think he would be a fucking robot with how like good he is at this game, right? I'm not trying to like say a mean thing about Wooks, but Wooks is very like monotone, like you know, like automatic, like robotic. But a Cold One's legitimately like charismatic guy, and he's also like that good. It's fucking crazy. So I'll send a Cold One the third shout out. You know, I'm trying to, yeah.
No, I agree with all three of those. I mean, Port Kazard, he was on the Sae Bae cast like a year and a half ago, and like
wait, really?
Yeah, he is.
I didn't know.
It was a long episode too. It was like 3.5 hours. That guy is not only just extremely talented, and this is before he was like super well known for like the crazy shit he'd done, but he already had done like some crazy stuff on Twitter. But yeah, he's just extremely humble. One of the most kind people like I've ever talked to as well. That seems to be a recurring theme of just absolute gamers. They're just so humble and nice.
That's the thing is like I have this like firm belief where like you don't get to that point by being like one of those toxic people. Like you may be at like the beginning, but I think it's one of those things where just like the more you play, the more you realize you aren't that good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you realize, oh, there's so many more layers to this and I could be so much better. So I just have like a theory, like that's why you see like all of the absolute best of the best players are like not the extremely toxic people that you hear from, you know?
Yeah.
Those people are always like, you know, middle to average echelon, I would say. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like I've just noticed that where it's like the more I play, the more I'm like, fuck, there's so much more I could be doing and like I could be so much better.
Yeah. Well, I had an absolute pleasure talking to you today. Gonna wrap things up, but first, guys, down in the description, go drop Will a follow if you haven't already. I'll have your YouTube, your Twitter, your Twitch. Is there any other links you'd like provided?
No, those are it. Honestly, that's good. Yeah. I mean, listen, sub to this guy. You know what I'm saying? If you're coming from my stream or my YouTube, then drop this man a fucking sub. How about that? You know what I mean? If I know you maybe you just came to the video and you're like, you know, maybe not subbed yet. What the
they
fuck
probably
you doing,
haven't
man?
gotten to this point, to be quite honest. This is a long one. Anybody that actually watches the full... Here, how about this? Type in itswill7 down in the comments if you watched the whole thing. Let's be honest.
That's
None
good.
of you did.
That's
There's not going to
good.
be a single one. No. Hopefully, a good number of you. This was honestly a pleasure of a conversation. I was honestly... I thought I might have had to have taken a break earlier on because I was honestly sweating, crying, laughing. So like there was some...
You fucking lost it at one point, man. I don't even remember what we were talking
I couldn't
about.
breathe, dude. You should have seen how red my face got. Like I wish I could have seen. I was just fucking crying. Anyway, Will, I'm not gonna take up any more of your time. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you, man.
And yeah, guys, we'll catch you in the next. By the way, I will release it. Guns Chili will be on the next Sae Bae cast.
Yo.
So anyway, a lot to look forward to. Also,
yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil the upcoming guest after, but the patrons will know. So if you guys want to sub to the patron down below, there's a link
there's
to
a
that.
Patreon?
Yeah.
Dude, get behind the fucking pay. What are you guys doing? Get behind the fucking paywall. Are you serious? You're just listening to this? You're stealing is what you're doing.
Steelers.
Fucking Steelers over here. The fucking Pittsburgh Steelers. All right? Go fucking get on the Patreon, please.
I appreciate it. Will, thank you very much again. Guys, we'll catch you in the next one. Have a good day. Peace out.